Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Boy dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Wendy's, Live Nation, The Peterson School, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Big Y, Nicely Done, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia, it's Boston Bruins hockey. This afternoon, the Bruins try to extend their 8-game point streak as they take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Great to have you with us alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Today's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Bruins returned from a 3-week Olympic break on Thursday, and perhaps to be expected, weren't exactly at the top of their game. Outshot 20-10 by Columbus in the first period, but headed to the first intermission tied at 1. The Bruins got a power play goal by Morgan Geekie in the second period, went on to win that game 4-2. Afterwards, Marco Sturm spoke about the early struggles in that victory.
Yeah, it was not pretty. We knew it was hard, after coming back after a long stretch there for everyone. It was just not us. The game we wanted to play, and we just had to mention a few points. What got us to this point where we are right now. And I would say the second and third period was much better, more like us, but still, overall, we still not healthy. I think he came back, and it just took him longer than he thought, we thought. I knew, because I know him, this is not Derby, I know, and he knew it too. He just was not 100%. And again, before he got hurt, if you remember in Montreal, that game, he was outstanding, and that's exactly how he plays right now again. So this is Derby, why we like him. That's why, we wanted to get him this summer, and, he does so much.
Sturm is a big fan of Arvidsson, and yes, there were parts of the season where, he was trying to find his game. He wasn't up to where he needed to be. Now he's up to 16 goals it is so far in the season, and he missed some time because of an injury as well. it bodes well for the Bruins. I mean, you know, they're, if you listen to all the rumors, they're in the market for, you know, a scoring winger as well as a defenseman.
Sure.
If you listen to the rumors and believe them. But Arvidsson provides that second line. Right now, it's second line. Where's he best fit? You know, I'm not sure, but he's really been a good combination there with Zacha and Mittelstadt. They moved Mittelstadt from center to wing earlier in the year. Mittelstadt was not playing all that well, healthy scratch earlier in the season. They gave it a try in the middle. He's been better on the wing. So Mittelstadt, Zacha in the middle, and Arvidsson on the right has been a constant line for Marco Sturm, and it's been a line you can count on. They got the empty netter the other day after Pastrnak missed a couple of times with the empty net. But Arvidsson he's been good. He's been as advertised, and there were times this year where he wasn't. But I think he's been much better, and just like Marco Sturm said, coming off of an injury, you don't know what guys are dealing with sometimes, and maybe he came back a little bit too soon and maybe tweak something along the way as well. But, you know, he works hard. He's in your face. Not a big guy, but he's getting the job done right now.
And coaches will tell you, you know, they want to know what they're going to get from guys night in and night out. And that line, that's part of the reason Marco Sturm keeps them together, is you pretty much know what you're going to get from them every single night.
Yeah, they've been a constant. You know, I'd love them to score a little bit more. I mean, I think Zacha's a perfect example of that, where he gets his chances. It's just sometimes he gets a little snake bitten. But, you know, that line is not going to hurt you defensively most of the time. They're going to be right there and doing the right things. And that's and I think Mittelstadt adapting to the wing and being able to play that side and you know, do good things from on the wall. You know, just smart things that might not show up on a score sheet, but he's been much better since he moved over to the wing.
Well, they got another goal the other night from Morgan Geekie as well, picking up where he left off heading into the break. Power play goal, his 9th goal in the last 8 games. As a team now, Geekie and the Bruins have collected points in 8 straight and 17 of their last 19, dating back to late December. Even with all that success, though, Geekie says the Bruins have to keep stacking points because their Atlantic Division rivals haven't been losing much either.
It seems like everybody in our division wins every time they play. So, you know, to get these points is huge, and especially to come out of the gate and get 2 points right away, and you know, try to kind of get our legs out of the way in the first period there and close it out. So, something to build off for sure, but you know we got a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah, there's very few teams that have kind of fallen apart. All right, I mean, the Rangers, obviously. New Jersey is a team that's kind of, you know, let it slip here recently. Florida and Toronto are, you know, I'm not sure what they are right now. Florida's battling some injuries, and Toronto has lost the last couple of games coming out of the break here. But, you know, there's not a lot of teams going away. Washington's put on a good push. Columbus going into that game against the Bruins the other day had won 7 in a row to put themselves back in playoff picture. The Western Conference has struggled, especially some of the lower teams. We were just talking about it off the air. But, you know, the Eastern Conference, some of these teams just keep winning. And the Bruins, as good as they have been, they're still in the second wild card. So it can change quickly. You know, Washington only a couple points behind, even though you have 3 games in hand, which is the good news for Boston. But it can change quickly if you don't continue to take care of business. And they have for the most part here recently.
Sean Corrali also getting on the score sheet with the game winner on Thursday night. He's part of the Bruins' struggling penalty-killing unit that got a bit of a makeover during the break from the Bruins coaching staff. Good sign, though, in the first game back, Corrali and the Bruins only had to kill 1 penalty the entire game.
You know, the biggest thing for the PK is going to be keeping that number down on the penalty kill. But, yeah, we feel comfortable. Just going to have to keep getting better, keep watching video, and keep working.
Yeah, they've made a couple of tweaks, and I actually asked Marco Sturm about it in our pregame interview, which we hear at the end of the pregame show, just what tweaks that they made, and he talked about pushing, you know, when they're in the zone, in their defensive zone, the forward pushing down on that half wall on the elbow guy. So if it's Kucherov, you know, on the half wall pushing down from up top instead of confronting him with your defenseman. So they made a couple of minor tweaks. We really didn't get a good look at it the other day, which is a good thing.
Right.
They had only 1 penalty to kill, and they did a nice job against Columbus in that one. So that's you know, the key, as Sean Corrali just said. But today against Philly might be a little bit different. You got a team that's fighting for a playoff spot. The last time the Bruins played the Flyers, they started out, you know, they started the game with some of their tougher players trying to, you know, impose their will physically. I don't think the Bruins are afraid of that at all. But if you're going to play that way, you have to make sure that you're not taking penalties. We talked to some of the Flyers people off the air, and they didn't think that was going to be the case here today. But it's something to keep an eye out, I guess, coming into today's game. But I think from the Bruins standpoint, they know how to play physical, they know how to play tough, but you don't want to cross the line and put yourself in a bad situation, penalty killing wise, when you don't need to. There are penalties that have to be taken. It's the ones that don't have to be taken, the undisciplined ones that they're trying to get out of their game.
Yeah, Bruins winning that game back in late January at TD Garden 6-3 over the Flyers, the only regular season meeting of the year between these two teams so far. That was part of a home winning streak that reached 10 in a row on Thursday night for Boston. But one of the things Marco Sturm hoping to see today, an improvement on an 11-12-4 road record this season.
It's nothing concerning, I would say, but can we be better? Yes. I would like us to be a little bit better on the road. We've been outstanding at home. Can we be better on the road? I think so. So I think that's something we just as a group have to get better.
Their home record is excellent, right? And what they've done on home ice this year, been very good. But you look at the road record, you get an opportunity to get back to 500 with a win here today on the road, and you're road heavy to finish the season. Right. What is it, 10 home games and 14 road. Today's one of those 14 here on the road. So that you'd love to get above 500 on the road, and you're very confident playing at home. So opportunity here today, and I think the schedule favors them, really, Ryan. I know that there's a lot of games, but every team has a lot of games. We were talking to Columbus people the other day. They have 17 games in March. So because they have to make one up because of weather, you don't have to travel very far. I know there's some back-to-backs, but there's not a ton of travel. You're only out of your time zone once. Right. You're down in Florida once. So travel-wise, it's not bad for the Bruins. It's actually a favorable schedule for them moving forward.
Well, as we mentioned, no lineup changes for the Bruins today. They'll go with the same 18 skaters. The one change, Jeremy Swayman will get the start between the pipes, his first appearance since coming back from the Olympics. As we get you ready for puck drop between the Bruins and the Flyers, here's what's on deck. Brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We'll go around the NHL, including Austin Matthews and the Leafs getting ready to host Ottawa.
Yeah, there's always going to be a lot of noise. I think for us, it's focusing on the guys in the room right now, focusing on what's in front of us.
Bob will chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
They don't like to play us, I can tell you that. That rivalry, I think it's still there a little bit. They always try to play really tough against us, and for sure they're going to send out their big boys again.
And up next, we'll preview today's opponent, the Philadelphia Flyers, here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
I love shows about survivalists, eager to test themselves under the most extreme conditions. Of course, when you consider weather events these days, wildfires, hurricanes, torrential rain, and flooding, we're all survivalists. Visit the Resource Center at safetyinsurance.com and be prepared to protect your family, your property, even your business. The forecast calls for safety. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Here comes Matvei Michkov. Michkov took a shot. He scores in overtime. Matvei Michkov steps out of the penalty box, goes in alone on Shesterkin, and beats him for his second goal of the game.
Getting ready for the second meeting of the year between the Bruins and the Philadelphia Flyers. And throughout the first half of the season, the Flyers looked like they were ready to make a run at a playoff spot. But then in January, went through a stretch where they lost 11 out of 13, most of those losses coming in regulation. And so the Flyers come into today's game 8 points behind the Bruins for a wild card spot. They're also 8 points behind the Islanders for third place in the Metro Division. Trevor Zegras knows the time is now for Philadelphia if they want to make a playoff push.
I guess where we're at in the standings, the last 25, I guess yesterday 26 are all playoff type games for us, and we got to do something special down the stretch to get in, and we all know that. And yesterday I thought for the most part we played a good game, just gave up a couple weak side goals that we've been trying to clean up, but that was a big bounce back game for sure in a back-to-back.
Yeah, so it's going to be a recurring theme for the Flyers, and what you hear here in the pregame show about what they have to do in the situation that they're in. They all see the reality of it. It's not just the points that you're behind; it's the how many teams you have to jump over, because you might get 2 points, but 2 or 3 teams in front of you that are also battling also get 2 points, and it's just it becomes a little daunting when you look at the big picture. All you can do is take care of what you can take care of, and that's winning your games and seeing where it ends up. That's what the Buffalo Sabres did when they made their general manager change right around that time anyhow, and they've gone on an unbelievable tear. I mean, they win 2 games here the last two days. I mean, it's been pretty impressive for them. Didn't like the goal that was allowed though last night. I don't know if you saw it.
I haven't seen the highlights last night.
Oh yeah, you want to guess on goalie interference? Watch that one and tell me what you think. What's goalie interference and what isn't? But no, just an example. You have to go on a type of run that the Buffalo Sabres have gone on if you have any chance of getting in. Right. When you start doing the big math and say if you want to get to 90, let's say 6 or 7 points, what has to happen between now and the end of the season for the Flyers? It's probably not going to happen unless you just turn a switch.
Well, just to give you an idea, I mean, they'd have to pass 4 teams to get into a wild card spot. They'd have to pass 3 teams, Columbus, Washington, and then either the Islanders or Pittsburgh to get into a Metro Division playoff spot. So, I mean, it is asking a lot, and they're going to need to stack up a lot of points, and it's going to need to start very quickly here.
Well, you want 34 points in the last, 24 games?
25 games?
20, yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. And I mean, that's going to be very difficult to do because you haven't played that way all year.
Right. I mean, well, and you certainly haven't played that way in the last, month and a half, and
right.
that's been part of the problem. But winger Noah Cates says 2 points, a necessity in this one.
Bunch of must-wins. We got to make up some ground, especially division opponent. Just huge games everywhere, and like you said, they're must-wins. And kind of if we build that and kind of gain some ground, then you're ready if you do kind of gain that ground. So yeah, it's good for this group to play that way and get ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, I expect to see a level of desperation from this team here today, but at the same time, just talking to some of their people prior to the game, they had a pretty good stretch. They went on a road trip. They had a pretty good stretch, and then they came back home and, against teams that were chasing, including the Islanders, they didn't have it. And I know that there's games where you're not going to have it. We've seen that all year, and that's schedule related, and that's kind of the parody of it all as well. But to have games like that on home ice where you don't bring it, and that's disturbing. And Rick Tocchet is trying to get this group to have that level of consistency, and really it hasn't been this year. They can get streaky. They can be good for a period of time, but they haven't been able to sustain it.
The other thing that's kind of hanging over Philadelphia right now, you got the trade deadline coming up on Friday.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rumors about guys who may not be here at the end of the week, including one of their top defensemen, Rasmus Ristolainen. There's rumors about Owen Tippett, potentially one of their top wingers, and needing to find a center to add to this team. So they could be sellers here at the deadline, especially if they don't make any noise here in the next few games.
It was just like Columbus the other day. I mean, you only have a few days. The deadline's Friday.
Right.
Toronto loses 2 games out of the gate. The LA Kings, who already made a big deal for Panarin, but lost Kevin Fiala during the Olympics. They've lost 2 games out of the coming back from the Olympic break. Flyers in a similar situation. So you don't have a lot of time to decide whether you're going to be a team that's changing. And I don't like the sellers and buyers mode. I know that's common. I get it. But, the Bruins were sellers last year, but with an eye towards how quickly can they get back, and give them credit. They have gotten back via free agency and via some of the trades that they did make last year. But the Flyers, they've got a tough decision to make here in the next few days, and it's coming up quick.
And the Flyers will go with Dan Vladar, the former Bruin prospect, who's had a pretty good year here in Philadelphia. We'll get the start between the pipes for Philadelphia today. As we take a look at our Catches Law injury report, no significant injuries for the Bruins coming into today's game. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com and schedule your free consultation today. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines when we return here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on. The crew's here, and the snack spread from Big Y, oh, it's a thing of beauty. Wings that sauce the competition, platters that get major play, and tossed pizzas for the whole team, and that impressive 30-inch super sub. Shout out to the experts at Big Y for the assist. Are they cheering for the game or for your snacks? My question exactly, sports fans. Big Y. Nicely done.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
We all love the word free. So does Awaken 180. Medication free, side effect free, and free support for life. Results are at awaken180weightloss.com.
This is 2026. No more messing around. It's the first day of the rest of your life. Today, you are switching to Astound. Shifting your Wi-Fi and life into a new gear. Reliable, affordable connection. So you can browse, watch, and play like you've always wanted. Because slow Wi-Fi is so last year. Under budget, full speed ahead. That's Astound. Gig Wi-Fi for $50 a month with the 3-year price lock. Restrictions apply. See astound.com for details.
John Sewer's Boston's home team when it comes to defending against clogged drains. With locations in Woburn and Norwood and a fleet of over 100 trucks on the road, means that they get to you fast, offering same-day service and 24-hour emergency service. John Sewer Drain Cleaning, celebrating 50 years servicing the area's most complex drain problems. John Sewer Drain Cleaning is the play to call for all of your drain issues. Go to johnsewer.com. That's johnsewer.com.
John Sewer, we get the job done. Your hot takes on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Bruins, coming off their 4-2 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets, play their second game as they return from the 3-week break from the Olympics. They're on the road against the Philadelphia Flyers. Puck drop coming up shortly. The Boston Celtics last night blew out the Brooklyn Nets 148-111, shooting a season-high 66% in the win. Jaylen Brown, 28 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds for the Celtics. And the Celtics will remain home and host the Philadelphia 76ers tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Some NFL news. The Dallas Cowboys placing their franchise tag on wide receiver George Pickens. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reporting he doesn't expect Pickens to report to the Cowboys facility unless and until there is a long-term deal. According to the Philadelphia Inquirer, the Eagles are assessing wide receiver A.J. Brown's trade market, and a deal could come within the next couple of weeks. The Athletic's Chad Graff believes the Patriots will be active in those trade discussions for A.J. Brown. Mark Daniels of Mass Live reports the Patriots were recently close to extending Kyrus Tonga, but they couldn't get it done. Daniels also adds the Patriots have interest in free agent pass rusher Trey Hendrickson, last with the Cincinnati Bengals. Shop the latest Bruins game-used, team-issued, and team-stock memorabilia with Bruins Authentics, straight from the locker room and the ice. Own a piece of Bruins history today at BruinsAuthentics.com. That's BruinsAuthentics.com. I'm Jim Murray with your headlines. Let's throw it back to Ryan Johnston in Philadelphia.
All right, thanks, Jim. As we get ready for the Bruins and the Flyers here in Philadelphia, we got some extra time on our pregame show today, thanks to national TV coverage. And so we're going to take a little bit of a stroll back and see how we got to this point in the Bruins 2025-26 season. Bruins in white helmets and sweaters, black pants will go from left to right here in the first period. Capitals will win the opening faceoff. Pasternak's got it back along his near side circle. At the hash marks, gets it back up top for Zadorov. Now Pasternak out near the blue line, took a shot and scored! That one found its way through some traffic and into the back of the net, and the Bruins grab the 1-0 lead here in the second period. Donato and Minton come over. Minton will wind up with a puck. 2-on-1 the other way. Minton coming down the right wing side. Takes the shot and scores! Fraser Minton with the overtime game winner, and the Bruins go to 2-0 with a 4-3 victory. Pasternak will tip one forward, and Geekie will track it down behind the net and scores! Morgan Geekie surprised Wedgwood, stuffed it in on the near post, and it's 3-1 Bruins. Here's a steal by Kastelic inside the zone, got it across Minton, scores! Fraser Minton returns to Toronto and gives the Bruins a 5-3 lead with 3:02 to go. Minton, near side boards. Turns away from Sherwood. Gets it across to Pasternak. High slot shot. Glove save, rebound, score! It's Fraser Minton. The hometown hero wins it 3-2 for the Bruins. His second overtime game winner this year. His second goal of the night. And then Arvidsson got decked in the far corner, a little slow in getting up. Middlestat to Zacha, top of the left circle, scores! There's the hat trick for Pavel Zacha as he makes it 6-1. First of his career. There's a shot, score! Pasternak just threw it at the net and it redirected in front. Was that Husnudinov? Second hat trick of the day. Marat joins Zacha. And anybody who's got a hat left, here they come. First of his career. Jokiharju, near circle to Minton, back to Jokiharju. One-timer score! Husnudinov with his fourth. He tipped that on the way in. Marat Husnudinov has gone from 5 goals to 9 goals in one afternoon. They drop it. Lindholm wins it cleanly behind the net. Zadorov sends it around. Husnudinov directs it out of the zone. And the Bruins are going to get their first shutout of the season as they win it 1-0 over the Penguins to make it 3 straight wins to start this homestand, and now have won 5 of their last 6. As Jonas Korpisalo gets the congratulations of his teammates for the 1-0 victory here at TD Garden today. Coming toward the red line, Johansson will dump it in around the far side boards. Lohrei will eat it in the far corner, 10 seconds left. Kasper vaguely trying to punch that puck free, but won't bother. Clock will run out. Jeremy Swayman with a shutout as the Bruins get a 3-0 victory, and it's back-to-back shutouts for the Bruins. Korpisalo on Sunday, Swayman tonight. First time the franchise has done that in back-to-back games since back in November of 2011. Swayman getting the congratulations of his teammates as the Bruins have now made it 4 for 4 here on this homestand, which will wrap up on Thursday night. Middlestat sends it back around to that far side. Minton in a battle over there with McCann. Kept in at the line by Lohrei. Score! Mason Lohrei just stepping into that shot. It finds its way in, and the Bruins make it 4-2. Zadorov will skate to it on the right circle. Gets around Hurdle, center, scores! Pasternak off the feed from Zadorov, and the Bruins make it 4-0. They'll match up against O'Reilly on the draw, and he wins it toward the far boards. McAvoy's got it. He'll carry into the Nashville zone. Goes right to the far circle, and now wheels back along the far boards. Husnudinov jumps on. Hands to Pasternak, high slot. Now to McAvoy, coming to the near circle. Center, score! Pasternak with the game winner! Bruins win it 3-2 out of the zone. Now kicked out of there, and here they come. Geeky got it to Pasternak coming up the right wing side from the circle. Centering pass. Geeky one-timer. Vasilevsky look behind him. It's in. And the Bruins make it 5-1. Some of the highlights of the first half plus of this season as we get ready today for the Bruins and the Flyers from Philadelphia. We'll check the other action from around the NHL when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the Versatile on the CRV at your local Honda dealer.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. We're proud to continue our partnership with 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Hometown Heroes program, honoring the everyday heroes who work tirelessly to make our community stronger and healthier. From first responders to community leaders, these individuals deserve our recognition and gratitude. Now we want to hear from you. Head to 985thesportshub.com/heroes and nominate a hometown hero today.
Hey, it's Patrice Bergeron. Every great play starts with an assist. That's why Avidia Bank and I are taking assists for kids beyond the rink. For every Boston assist, Avidia Bank donates $75 up to $30,000 to provide $150 max saving accounts for local kids. And Franklin Sports is donating $7,000 in street hockey equipment, giving us $37,000 to help kids get out and play. Because every kid deserves the chance to play and fall in love with the game, just like I did. I'm proud to team with Avidia Bank and Franklin Sports for assists for kids. Learn more at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CRV.
See dealer for financing details.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Hit 985thesportshub.com.
Back here in Philly, Bruins and Flyers coming up. Quick look around the NHL. There's already one game in progress right now, and it's tied up in Madison Square Garden.
So the third period starting where the second period ended with the edge in play for New York. But Pittsburgh still hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Here's Gavrikov walking, and they score! Tipped in at the goal front by Taylor Radish.
I don't know if you were watching any of this game earlier. It was almost the halfway point of the game, and the Penguins had 4 shots on goal.
The Rangers had 4.
Excuse me, the Rangers had 4 shots on goal.
Typical home game for the
Pittsburgh
Rangers.
was completely dominated. Then the Rangers took over. I was watching this game downstairs before it came up, and it was the Rangers who had been dominating. They've now tied the game. It's tied up at 2. There's about 2.5 minutes remaining in the third period, but tied up at 2. And the Rangers, after a really slow start to this one, were able to battle themselves back.
Among the games coming up later tonight, Toronto going to host Ottawa. Austin Matthews and the Maple Leafs have lost 2 straight out of the break.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be a lot of noise. I think for us, it's focusing on the guys in the room right now, focusing on what's in front of us, directly in front of us, which is, the next game here Saturday. So that's all that we can control as far as that stuff goes, and we just need to be ready to play and make sure that, like I said, we're the more desperate team.
Yeah, it's not going to take much for the Toronto fans to turn against them if they don't have a good performance tonight. 2 games, 2 losses in the state of Florida coming off of the break. The Tampa game, which they could have been down 4-0 at one point in that game. There were a couple offsides, goals that were taken back, and then they lose 5-1 to the Florida Panthers the very next night. So struggles right now for Toronto, who had won 3 in a row going into the break. Right. But now you lose 2, and you find yourself even further behind. So The Bruins are certainly hoping for that because they get their first-round pick coming up next year, as long as it's not top 5.
Yeah, don't fall too far. But
yeah. Curious to see how those ping pong balls fall in June or when that happens, May, whenever it happens.
Exactly. That's our look around the NHL. We'll hear from Marco Sturm coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealer.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah. Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
When your heat or hot water goes out, waiting isn't an option. Super Service today is overstocked with water heaters, furnaces, boilers, and heat pumps, ready for same-day replacement, day or night, and always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com.
Hey guys, it's David Andrews. If you're headed to a game this season or just looking for the best Italian food in Boston, then you gotta go see my guy Massimo and Aria Trattoria in the North End, located on Hanover Street. Let Massimo and his team do their thing with family-style feasts, prime meats, local seafood, homemade pasta, the best meatballs in Boston, and extensive wine list. Aria Trattoria has it all. Old-world Italian with modern flair. Valet parking out front with second-floor dining overlooking Hanover Street and the North End. That's Aria Trattoria. Check them out and tell them David sent you.
Hi, this is Boston Ford Sam Hauser, and I'm proud to partner with Delta Dental of Massachusetts on Veterans Assist. Every time we record an assist this season, Delta Dental donates $25 up to $50,000 to the Tufts University School of Dental Medicine's Cares for Veterans program. This program makes a real difference delivering dental care to veterans experiencing housing challenges across Massachusetts. Let's give our veterans something to smile about with the care they deserve. Join us in making it happen. Visit 985thesportshub.com/veterans to learn more. Together, we're empowering smiles, one assist at a time.
Hey, it's Felger here, and more snow means more ice dams that can tear up your gutters and leak into your walls. Stop that cycle with East Coast Metal Roofing. Call 844-611-ECMR or visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com. Their premium metal shingles help shed snow faster and prevent ice dams. They even come with a lifetime transferable, non-prorated warranty. And right now, during their President's Day savings event, Sports Hub listeners receive 10% off the cost of a new roof. They also offer no payments and no interest for 1 full year with approved credit. Call 844-611-ECMR or again, visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com, your lifetime roofing solution.
Anyone can join the fun at New England's largest snow tubing park, Neshoba Valley Snow Tubing Park in Westford, Mass. 18 lanes of snow tubing, 100% snowmaking capabilities. For more information, visit skineshoba.com.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marco, you're set to take on the Flyers here today. When you look at the last game, I know it wasn't going to be perfect. You don't know what you're going to get coming out of that long of a break, I think, for every team around the league. But you find a way to win. So what was encouraging about that game for you?
Yeah, I think that we got better every period. It was a tough start. It was not a good first period. But after that, thanks to Corpy, to both our goalies, actually, they kept us in the game, and they allowed us to play and to find our game, our identity. And I think that the second and the third period was much better. Give the other team credit too. Felt like they didn't miss a beat. They came out really strong and end up being good. But we also know we have to get better than that.
You had talked about the goal that was scored in the third period against you, and you weren't happy about it. What area? I know that there were some grade A chances in the first period, but what particularly weren't you happy about that?
Yeah, no, we talked about their delays a lot when they enter our zone, and we just been through it. We talked about it, and it's a 3-1 hockey game, so it's a little bit of combination that we didn't stick with our detail coming back on our track. We had numbers. We just let them shoot, and that's a big goal to give up. We didn't want to. We had full control in the third period after that 3-1, and that just it was just unnecessary, I would say. But guys got the job done, and that's the most important thing.
The resiliency by your team here recently, getting points. You guys have been dominant at home, but especially just getting points, finding ways to get points. Even though maybe there's a couple games where you give up leads in the third period, how important that is as you look at the big picture down the stretch here.
Yeah, absolutely. We take every point we can, and it's a tough league. It's a tough East Coast, tough division. It seems like everyone's getting points, but yeah, we're just gonna focus on us. I think that's the most important thing. We can't control anyone else, but we control our game and what we can do every night. And for a long time since Christmas, I would say I've been very pleased with our effort, and we keep collecting points, and we're gonna try to do that. Going down the stretch, down the wire here for the last weeks.
You mentioned a couple tweaks on the penalty kill. Fortunately, we only got to see one penalty kill.
That's a good thing.
Is there anything you can share with us on what you might, maybe some of the little changes you make?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we don't want to give them too much time, and we were more like a push-down team again. It's a little bit of hybrid, but we were going to push the flank down a little bit and get it out of their hands instead of just having a Kucherov holding on to that puck for a long time and start to play with us. We didn't want to do that. We just felt like, or I felt like it was just maybe not us for our group, our players we have. So we're going to try that and get it out of their hands, a little bit quicker than we did in the past.
From where I sat last game, I thought that maybe a couple guys were just off a little bit, just maybe a half a step behind. Get the win, which is a positive sign. Expectations now after a full practice and coming into this afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's again, some guys always handle it better than others. It could be an age thing, could be a size, weight thing. I found out usually it's tougher for the big boys to get going again, and I've seen in the past with the Kopitar and these guys, they always had trouble. It's just because everyone is built different, and but I think that practice yesterday was really good. Hopefully get the guys going again today.
Last question for you, just on the Flyers. What do you see from them? It's a team you haven't seen all that often. You get a couple times, two more games against them today and one more later.
Yeah, no, they don't like to play us. I can tell you that. That rivalry, I think it's still there a little bit. They always try to play really tough against us, and for sure they're going to send out their big boys again today. We handled it real well at home when we played them a few weeks ago there. But again, we just have to make sure we're going to be smart today. We're going to play them 5-on-5 and don't be stupid. So we've gotta find our game again and play with our structure. And they're a streaky team. I know they were losing some games, but they can hurt you. So we just got to be careful.
Thanks, Marco. Good luck here this afternoon. That's head coach Marco Stern. Bruins Flyers are next.
On Thursday night, the Bruins returned after a 3-week Olympic break and picked up right where they left off on home ice. Marchman, near circle, lost it to McAvoy. Outlet comes to Arvidsson from the red line, shoots and scores! The empty netter, the second of the night for Arvidsson, and the Bruins lead by 2. Now they hit the road for an afternoon tilt on Broad Street against a team desperate to stay in the playoff hunt. The Bruins and the Flyers, coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Across to Esposito, a shot. Bang! Cam Neely, wow!
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers. Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
Great left hand by Chambers.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a
great stop of the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Wendy's, Live Nation, The Peterson School, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Big Y, Nicely Done, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. It's 100 points. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're in Philadelphia for the Bruins and the Flyers. Second of three meetings on the year between these two teams. Bruins won the first one 6-3 back in late January and trying to keep this point streak going here today.
Yeah, I'm just watching this Penguins-Rangers game. I'm sorry, their partner at Malkin just got stoned twice by Shesterkin in net here. So to keep this game going in overtime, they're about to go to a shootout. Bruins and Flyers will start after this game is over. Yeah, look, they've got a good thing going. And I think one of the positive signs of it is the fact that when they haven't played their best, when they haven't had their best, they found ways to get at least a point out of games. They come off of the game 2 days ago against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Certainly didn't have their best early. They got a little bit better as the game went on. But, you got an opportunity now to put another team that's behind you even further down. They did the job against Columbus. They, Columbus was right on their heels. They were 4 points behind, now 6 points back. And Columbus had come in winners of 7 in a row. You got a team now that's desperate. I mean, the Flyers have to win games, certainly at home against a team that they're chasing in the standings. So you expect a desperate team, a sense of urgency from Philadelphia. But I also expect the Bruins to have a better, not effort, just a better execution game than they had the other day.
Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. We'll have the opening face-off coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Here's another key to why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Free lifetime flat repair. It doesn't matter if it's on a Town Fair tire or not. Town Fair Tire will provide a repair on any car tire you own free of charge. Go to townfairtire.com to see more key reasons why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Hi, I'm Chris Banker for Service Credit Union, and our promise to stand with the men and women who protect and serve our communities every day. We're continuing our 73 Reasons campaign with Charlie McAvoy, donating $250,000 to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders across Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Service Credit Union's competitive rates, online banking, and member-first service puts people before profits, always. Success built on trust, banking built on service. Become a Service Credit Union member today to join thousands who are making a difference at servicecu.org/73 reasons.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watch, words so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the
getting set for the opening face-off here this
Welcome to
afternoon between
Philadelphia.
the Flyers and the Bruins. Let's take a look at our starting lineups here today. In goal for Philadelphia, former Bruin Dan Vladar. On defense, the pairing of Cam York and Jamie Drysdale. And up front, Matvei Michikov, Noah Cates, and Bobby Brink. For the Bruins, it'll be Jeremy Swayman getting the starting goal, Jonathan Aspro and Charlie McAvoy, your defensemen. Up front, the line of Casey Middlestat, Pavel Zacha, and Victor Arvidsson. Starting lineups are brought to you by Big Y. Big Y, nicely done.
And today's national anthem was presented by Mass Mutual. Planning and protection on and off the ice. Bruins and Flyers getting ready to meet for the second time this season. Our first 5 minutes of today's game presented by your New England Ford dealers. Today's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Vonnery Brucal of Quincy, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Vonnery wins a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins will go from left to right here in the first period, wearing the road white sweaters, helmets, and black pants. They get the puck dumped in deep as Arvidsson's stick came apart as he did so. He heads back to the bench and gets a fresh one. Zacha kept it alive in the far side corner. Puck pulled behind the net here by Jamie Drysdale of the Flyers. Turns into the near corner and now brings out between the circles. Hands off over there. Sent up the left side for Mishkov. Knocked away from him by Casey Middlestat. He's got McAvoy along the near side wall in the neutral zone. Drops it back, and Arvidsson will control inside the Bruins zone 40 seconds in. Both teams getting some changes on. Arvidsson's pass into the skates of Husnudinov kicks off a skate and goes for an icing against Boston early.
Well, the early game just came to an end, and the New York Rangers complete the comeback, right? They were down 2-0 and getting completely dominated in that game by the Penguins, but the Rangers the better team in the second half, and the Rangers come back to win that game in a shootout against the Penguins.
Just their 7th home win of the season for New York.
Unbelievable, huh?
Face off in the near circle to our left, the Bruins defensive end. Elias Lindholm will take the draw here against Christian Dvorak. Off the face-off, puck pulled out of the corner by McAvoy. Gets it along to Elias. He'll carry it through neutral ice. On the right side, Pasternak in across the Philadelphia line. Stops along the half wall. Backhands one through some traffic over to the far side. Hampus Lindholm got it along the far circle to Elias Lindholm. Forced off the outside of the net. And the Flyers move out. Zegras finds Dvorak coming into the Bruins zone, but his pass off the skate of Hampus Lindholm kicked back out to center ice. Travis Sanheim will rim it around the Bruins zone, around to the far side. Minton gets it out into neutral ice, and it'll be lifted in deep here by Husnudinov as both teams get some changes on. Just about a minute and a half into this first period here in Philadelphia. Long pass up the near side wing. Here's Tippett stepping in left circle, and Swayman makes his first save, squeezing the puck between his pads out of the top of the crease.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised to see Peak still out of the lineup here today. So that was the right defense there. That's Mason Lohrei playing his offside, and that pass up to Tippett. He's got to be careful there. Tippett can fly, and he gets this puck along the left wing, the left wing side. And Lohrei, who was caught maybe in between a little bit there in the neutral zone, whether he can get to the puck or not, couldn't, and Tippett is by him and gets a really good scoring chance.
Owen Tippett, 19 goals on the season. One more would give him his 4th straight 20-goal year. And
rumors surrounding him right now, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
whether he will be here after the trade deadline.
He's a guy that a lot of teams would love to have. I mean, 19 goals, big and strong, that can fly.
He's got a reasonable contract as well. He's got 6 more years at just over $6 million per.
He came over in the trade for Claude Giroux, did he not?
He did,
yeah.
Face-off here at center ice after the puck went out of play. Fraser Minton will take the draw. He's got Asimont on the left wing and Geekie on the right side. As Minton stood up near the red line. Flyers will get it back in on the attack here with Tippett along the near side circle against Yoki Haru. Puck goes around behind the net all the way to the far side. Asimont couldn't catch up with it. Thrown back in deep here. Couturier going toward that far corner, gets tripped up against Zadorov. Zadorov not happy. He's going to draw a penalty here. And Philadelphia will get a power play just 2:08 into the first period.
Yeah, Zadorov thought that Couturier went down pretty easily that time, trying to protect that puck. Couturier's hearing it from a couple people on the Bruins bench right now as he goes by.
So Boston took just one penalty in the win over Columbus on Thursday night. They take one here just over 2 minutes in. So we'll get a look at that penalty kill. Zadorov's got a kind of a disbelieving grin on his face as he watches the replay on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, I mean, his stick's in there, but Couturier goes down pretty easily. But
Flyers power play ranks 30th in the league, just over 16% for the year. Corrali will get a quick clear here off of the win of the faceoff. Vladar stopping it behind the Philadelphia net.
the one thing I'll say is if that's the threshold, then you better, you got to adjust as a player and know that that's going to be called here today.
Tippett gets it to Couturier inside the Bruins zone. York will play it back to Couturier along the hash marks near side. McAvoy blocked the centering pass intended for Noah Cates in the near corner. McAvoy able to get it free for Kastelik. He and Corrali will carry it forward. Kastelik on the right wing side. Tried to center. It was blocked. Second effort gets taken away.
Yeah, it's a nice play by Cam York that time because Corrali had some separation going to the net on the far side, and Kastelik tried to get that puck to him.
Here is Couturier to rim it around behind Swayman all the way around to the far boards. Mishkov got checked off of it by Kastelik, and then a turnover by Tippett just inside the blue line allows Kastelik to clear it all the way down. Both teams get some changes halfway through the minor penalty to Zadorov. It'll be carried up into neutral ice here by Brink on the left wing side. Dvorak chopped off his stick but kept alive by Drysdale. Got it over to the far circle, back across near side. Here's Brink throwing one in front. Ricocheted off into the far circle. Deflected puck comes back to the point man Drysdale. He'll play it back down into the corner. They work it around quickly. Out of that corner comes Zegras to the top of the face-off circle. Got it across to Drysdale. Now moving through the high slot. Back to the blue line. Chased by Jeannot. Get a stick on it, but kept in by Philadelphia. Out of that far corner again comes Zegras. Passes down low to Dvorak. Coming across, and he had Konechny. Couldn't handle the pass.
Yeah, hopped over his stick. He had to make a saucer pass to get that puck through.
Konechny top of the left circle with a shot. That one knocked down in front, but the rebound was there, and Swayman made the save.
That's a shot pass. They're looking for that high tip.
Konechny got it across. Zegras back across, and Swayman lunging to his right to make the save on Brink as the puck deflects out of play.
Yeah, Swayman's been sharp. So it's Zadorov in the box. Your second pairing defense coming out to kill this penalty is Aspro and Jokiharju.
Because no peak in the lineup.
Yes, with no peak in the lineup. Jokiharju normally does not kill penalties. And with Zadorov in the box, he's forced into that situation, and those two chances right there coming from that side.
The penalty time expired just as that puck went out of play. So Zadorov is out of the box. Bruins kill off the early penalty. 15:52 left here in the first. No score. Off the draw. Hampus Lindholm had one taken away along the near side wall, but he'll get it ahead to Pasternak. Now Hampus going to carry out of the zone. Bruins moving from left to right. Brings it all the way to the Philadelphia line. Husnadinov's pass got deflected into the air, settled by Pasternak in the near corner. He runs into the referee and separated him from the puck.
He just gave the ref a look.
Long outlet pass, overshot Grundstrom, and that'll turn into an icing here against Philly.
That was comical. The referee's going over to talk to Pasternak right now. He's like, I don't have anywhere to go. I certainly don't want to be in your way, but I have nowhere to go. I'm in no man's land here.
The faceoff will come back down into Philadelphia territory. Kendrick Nicholson, that referee, working alongside Francis Sharon today. James Tobias and Ryan Daisy are the linesmen.
You respect that as a player. A referee goes over and says, look, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Off the face-off, Elias Lindholm wins the draw. Lohrei got it over to Hampus, far side. Now it's Pasternak out near the blue line under pressure. Got it to Hampus. Straight on shot, and the glove save made by Vladar. Saw it all the way.
Yeah, Pasternak and Lindholm talking right now. Pasternak makes a good play to get this puck out to Hampus, and Hampus, the shot floats on him a bit, and it ends up being a routine glove save. You've got Geekie around the front of the net. You've got Elias Lindholm in front of the net. You want to put that shot to a better area, either off the pads or just not a floater into the glove.
Dan Vladar, 17-9-6 this year, 2.46 goals against, and a .905 save percentage for Philadelphia. Spent the last 4 years in Calgary. Of course, before that, he spent 6 years in the Bruins organization, most of that in the minors. As Geekie gets it back into the zone and shoots one just high and wide on the glove side.
He's had good numbers for the Flyers. He's been a solid season for him.
Volleyed back toward the attacking blue line here for Geekie. Swept down toward the corner.
A couple former Bruins goaltenders have done very well this year. Brandon Bussey for the Carolina Hurricanes, another one.
Yeah, he's breaking records down in Carolina as Pasternak and Geekie on the near side boards. Lose it. Couturier will spin it back behind the net. Rasmus Ristolainen is another name that could potentially be on the move here from Philadelphia this coming week before the trade deadline.
He'll have a lot of teams interested. He's a big right shot defenseman who plays with an edge.
Boston coming out of their own zone. Yoki Haru will bring it through neutral ice and send it around behind Vladar. Arvidsson into the right wing corner. Zacco on the near wall as well, battling with Brink. Puck came behind the net. Emil Andre will spin it up the far side. That one's going to go all the way for an icing here against the Flyers. 5:50 gone here in a scoreless first.
Yeah, Ristolainen's interesting. I mean, he didn't play the first half of the season, or more actually, because of an injury, but he's been healthy and playing since. And right shot, he's not going to give you a lot of offense, but he's physical. He plays with a lot of bite. You know, if you can keep him under control, you know, think of Sidorov. When he first came to the Bruins, it took him probably half a season to kind of reel it in a little bit where he's not running all over the place trying to make that big hit. If Ristolainen can do that, he's somebody that can really help a team.
Off the face-off, here's Hampus Lindholm coming down toward the left wing corner with possession. In behind the net, Arvidsson surrounded by 2, now 3 orange sweaters, and it'll be taken away by Cates. Philadelphia breaks out of their zone, lobbed ahead toward the Boston blue line. Glove down there by Hampus Lindholm in traffic. Zock able to get it back to him. Now here's Casey Middlestat off the far wall just inside the Philadelphia line. Gets a shot toward the net, turned away by Vladar. Flyers will come out of their zone with both teams getting some fresh bodies on. Zegras tipped into the Bruins' end, but Lohrei was right there. McAvoy off the far wall. Finds Minton. Directed ahead into the Flyers' zone.
No.
Whoa. They
Goalie came out to play it.
Yeah, Vladar went to the side of the net to play that puck.
They're still going to bring it all the way down. Said the whistle had already gone by the time Vladar came out. Bruins want to know why that puck is not coming back to center ice on that icing.
That should not have been an icing.
No, Vladar came out to play it.
So the faceoff will come back inside Bruins territory. To the right of Jeremy Swayman. Minton matches up with Dvorak on the draw. Off of that faceoff. Battle for it along the near wall to come back to York at the point. Konechny moving toward the high slot, trying to kick it onto his stick. Gets it back to York. Now Drysdale, center of the blue line. Konechny, top of the right circle. His effort blocked by Lohrei. Still alive along that far circle, but Minton takes it away in front. He gets the outlet pass ahead. Eyssimont moving down the right circle. Shot save made! And the rebound as well. Vladar along the near post. Able to get a glove on both efforts.
Yeah, Eyssimont on his off wing coming down the right side. Had Husudinov going to the net. Elected to take that shot. It's a nice save fighting it off with the glove there by Vladar.
Bruins regain in their own zone. Minton will carry it ahead. Just inside the Philadelphia line, plays into the right wing corner. First man to it was Sanheim, goes in behind the net, lost it out in front, and the shot by Corrali tipped up and over the net. Pastelik now in the left wing corner. Pass out in front for Corrali, hit him with a skate, kicked into the crease, and it's covered up by Vladar for a whistle and a timeout for us. 12:36 to go here in the first period. No score, Bruins and Flyers on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on. The crew's here, and the snack spread from Big Y, oh, it's a thing of beauty. Wings that sauce the competition, platters that get major play, and tossed pizzas for the whole team, and that impressive 30-inch super sub. Shout out to the experts at Big Y for the assist. Are they cheering for the game or for your snacks? My question exactly, sports fans. Big Y, nicely done.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Big on flavor, big on comfort, and big on value. The 99 Restaurant's $14.99 Big Deal meals are now available every day, all day. So hurry in today or every day for our juicy chopped sirloin. You gotta love the 9s.
Clogged drain never happens at a good time. John Stewart Drain Cleaning, with locations in Woburn and Norwood, and a team of over 70 technicians on the road daily, will solve your clogged drain problem fast. John Stewart Drain Cleaning, on call since 1976. Visit johnstewart.com.
We get the job done. Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years. 12:36 remaining in the first period here in Philadelphia. Bruins and Flyers are scoreless, each team with 3 shots on goal so far. Philadelphia had an early power play chance that Boston was able to kill off as well. Faceoff's going to come up inside the Flyers zone, down to our right. Elias Lindholm will take the draw. Geekie and Pasternak join him out there with Jokiharju and Zadorov, the D pairing. Or they can drop the puck. And Sanheim's going to come in and have a chat with his captain, Couturier. Set to take the draw. They drop it. Lindholm wins it. And Pasternak tried to get off a quick shot, but that gets blocked up and out of play by Tippett.
Yeah, going back, I mean, it's been a... Marco Sturm's kind of gone back and forth, whether it's Husadinov on this line with Lindholm and Pasternak, or whether they go with Geekie and Pasternak as the wingers for Lindholm. Especially offensive zone faceoffs, it seems like it's more Geekie and Pasternak.
Tippett moves it forward through neutral ice, gets separated from the puck. Zadorov comes back behind, sends it around to the far side and out. Sanheim off the far boards. Zadorov stands up at the blue line to keep Couturier from getting it in. Flyers back in their own zone. Pass comes up the right side. Couturier sends into the Boston end, but Zadorov right there on the far boards, cut it off about halfway deep, keeps it tied up long enough and gets some help now.
Yeah, he wins a battle against 2 Flyers there.
Pasternak near the red line, plays it forward. Tippett keeps away from Elias Lindholm. Going behind his own net, Ristolainen. Around that far side. Benkin trying to move it through neutral ice. He'll turn and go for a change. Hampus Lindholm near the Boston line. Pass up the middle for Geekie. Tipped up into the air. Gloved down by the goaltender Vladar. Drops it back into play, and Sanheim circles behind his net. Over to the near side for Nick Seeler. Directed in deep behind Swayman. Hampus gets to it. Brings it toward the near corner. Backhands it out of the zone, and we're going to fight. These guys were talking before the game. Tanner Jeannot and Nick Delorier going to square off right at center ice. Haven't grabbed a hold of each other yet. Linesman watching on as the two of them size each other up. Still waiting. Still waiting. Now they grab a hold. Delorier tries to throw it early right. Now a couple of jabs. Jeannot right hand up and under. And then over the top as well. Delorier's helmet comes popping off as Jeannot fires another right hand. Delorier still trying to work that jab. Now throws some right hands over the top. Jeannot able to back off a bit as they continue to throw here. Delorier lands one, and then Jeannot lands one in return. Delorier, oh, he landed another one. Delorier able to take a couple, and now Jeannot's got him spun around and hits him again with another right, and the linesman will jump in even before they go down.
Yeah, I think Delorier landed one, but Jeannot landed 3 or 4.
Delorier's got a little cut on the...
2 big boys going at it.
Hand there.
They talked about it at center ice during warm-up. We pointed it out. We off the air. We pointed it out. We were watching them. And
84 Boston, 44 Philly. 5 each.
Delorier doesn't play a ton, and I think that, you know, there's 2 schools of thought. You want to do it as far as if you're Jeannot, I'm saying. Jeannot plays a lot more minutes than he does. And, I mean, Delorier hasn't played much this season. And the game against Philly in Boston, they left Delorier alone. So that's a decision that Jeannot has to make, but do it early, get it out of the way, you know, it's done.
Yeah, you said, you know, they left him alone. The Flyers were trying to stir some things up in that game. The Bruins really didn't have any interest because they got an early lead and didn't want to give the Flyers anything to play for here.
Well, I mean, the Bruins are, they're 3 or 4 deep in terms of guys that, okay, you want to do this? We'll do this.
And Jeannot is...
But they have to make that decision, you know.
Arvidsson, a centering pass. Here's a chance in front for Zacha, but Couldn't get a shot through
Is that
York.
York?
Yeah.
They had 2 blocks there.
That fight is, 7th fighting major of the year. Now leads the team. As Arvidsson brings in across the line here, try to get it to Middlestat. The Flyers push it back out. Brink with a pass to Sanheim coming up across the Boston line over the right side. And a chance out in front. Swayman had a rebound there, but Dvorak and Swayman was equal to the task. Now a shot from that far circle, and Jeremy going to glove that and hang on to it.
Yeah, the Bruins, Swayman's been strong. He's been really good here in this early going. That's a rebound coming in from the left wing side. You got to be stronger on that right side right now, the Bruins. Jokiharju a little slow to get to that rebound chance. I know it bounces away from him, but that ends up being a really good opportunity on a bouncing puck there for Dvorak. Fortunately, it was bouncing.
Face off to Swayman's left here with 10.5 to go in this first period. Elias Lindholm against Dvorak on the face-off. Lindholm able to play it across the ice toward the near side, kept in by Sanheim into the near corner. Jokiharju was there, and right back out to the red line it goes. On the near wall, pushed back into the Boston zone for Jokiharju. Zadorov, pass on to the right side here for Pasternak. Carries in across the line. Try to drop it for Elias Lindholm, taken away, but then kept alive here by Jokiharju. Elias with a partially deflected shot. Vladar plays it away from his crease, and it'll be cleared out by Sanheim. In across the Boston line comes Zegras. Spinorama onto the backhand, and Swayman makes the stop. Out in the red line, Zegras coming back toward his own zone. Here is Couturier. Carries up to the red. Gives off to the right side. Gurbenkin chasing Hampus Lindholm into the corner. Lohrei plays a puck out in front of the net. Taken away from Minton by Couturier. Near side, and it's Gurbenkin. Minton out of the near corner. Now it's Tippett along the wall here for Philadelphia. Gurbenkin went down. Lohrei will steer it around behind the net. Hampus up the far side, can't get it cleared. Couturier got it off in that far circle and forced back across toward the near side. Minton and Andre in a battle for it. In behind the net. Back to the far point. And a shot pass along that far side. We get a penalty coming up in front. Lohrei and Gurbenkin are laying down in front of the net, wrestling with each other. There's a delayed penalty. It's coming against the Bruins here in all of this. That shot gets knocked down in front. Bruins will finally touch it up and draw the whistle. And now Lohrei and Gurbenkin get back together again, and that'll turn into a couple of different wrestling matches. But it appears that the Flyers are going to go to the power play for the second time in this first period. We've got 8:49 to go in the first in a scoreless game between the Flyers and the Bruins.
Boston, number 6, 2-minute minor penalty, holding.
Holding the call against Lohrei. So Boston will be shorthanded when we come back here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Artificial intelligence, AI, has made my life so much easier. So has IA. Yep, my independent agent. She's a wizard when it comes to delivering great coverage at a great price. She bundled our home and auto with safety insurance. And with Safety's app that monitors driving habits, we saved even more. AI is great. For insurance, so is real intelligence. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll help you manage life storms.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins will be back on Causeway Street on Tuesday night against the Pittsburgh Penguins at 7 p.m. for First Responders Night. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to secure a front row seat at TD Garden for all the hard-hitting action. Bruins about to go shorthanded for the second time here in the first period. 8:49 to go and no score. As Mason Lohrei sent to the box this time for holding, with Ian Grabenkin battling in front of the Boston net. Off the face-off, puck is cleared past Drysdale. Kastelik's got to step up the right wing side, skates onto the puck, coming in right circle, and Vladar makes the stop. And the Flyers will head the other way, with Dvorak through the neutral zone on the left wing side. Brink coming just inside the Boston line, cross toward that far side, can't get it through Corrali, and Corrali will clear it all the way down to Vladar.
Yeah, the thing I like about Kastler, when he gets those opportunities, he takes the puck to the net. I mean, he had a good chance. He does not go behind the net. He doesn't take that route. He goes right to the front.
He has one of the 2 Bruins shorthanded goals this season, does Kastelik. On the far side wall, Flyers get set up. Dvorak now on the near side circle. Lays it down low. Brink tried to push it back toward the corner, but McAvoy got in there. He gets tripped up, and they play on. Drysdale, center of the blue line. Backhands it over to the near side for Konechny. Minute to go on the Philadelphia power play. Konechny standing along the hash marks. Works his way back toward the top of the circle. Now gives to Drysdale. Over to the far side for Zegras. Back to Drysdale. They play catch. Top of the circle. Back across near side. Konechny at the bottom of the left circle. Swayman got across to make the save.
Great read from Swayman. Konechny didn't get a one-timer off on it. That might have given Swayman enough time to get over.
Brink's pass got redirected by McAvoy. It'll be shot up the near boards and out.
McAvoy giving the referee an earful as he goes to the net, or goes to the bench right now.
Yeah, not shy about letting everybody know about it either. Throwing his arms out to his sides. Like, where? What are you looking?
Referee shrugging his shoulders.
Aspero in the near corner of the Bruins
I'd
zone.
like to get another look at it. It was hard to tell.
Here's York out at the blue line. Tippett at the top of the left circle. Pass disrupted by Zacha. Can't quite get it out of the zone. Sanheim center of the blue line. His effort blocked by Aspero into the far corner. And Zadorov is there for the cross ice clear. That'll do it for the Lohrei penalty. Bruins are 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. 6:45 left here in what is so far a scoreless first period. Tippett gets it back into the Bruins zone. Shot blocked off the leg of Zadorov. Loose puck high slot. It's taken by Geekie and pushed out of the zone. Ristolainen back for Philadelphia. He'll pivot back behind his net. Rim it around the near side. And it'll be Tippett to lift it in wide of Jeremy Swayman. Off the end wall, Zadorov played it back behind the net. Jokiharju around the near side. And Pasternak just inside his own blue line. Sidesteps a check from Garnet Hathaway. Pasternak coming up the right side, and then he gets knocked doon by Sealer.
Yeah, he's had a tough time here to start.
Loose puck comes to Pasternak right circle, and his blast goes high and wide.
That time it was Sealer. Earlier it was Sanheim on him.
Couturier comes in across the Boston line. Here's Grabenkin moving to the high slot. Shot blocked by Jokiharju. Never made it to the net.
Good block. That was a 3-on-2.
Elias Lindholm brings back through the neutral ice here for Boston. Tried to center for Geekie, taken away. 5:45 to go in the period. Hathaway will send it deep into Bruins territory. Swayman backhands around the near side wall. Taken away by Grabenkin. Loose puck near the top of the circle. Elias Lindholm will get it out. And Drysdale chased back toward his own blue line. Plays it on for Couturier, and deep it comes. Lohrei in the near corner. Gets some help from Middlestat. McAvoy fires a pass out to center ice. Arvidsson looked to dump it in, hit a skate, kick back to Middlestat, but Zacha was trying to time the initial dump in, ends up offside as we take a break. 5:13 to play here in the first period. No score. Bruins and Flyers here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today. Score a hat trick with Avidia Bank's free checking. Get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Enjoy free ATMs through the Sum and All Point networks. And never get blindsided by minimum balance requirements or monthly fees. That's a win for your wallet, hockey fans. Visit AvidiaBank.com. Avidia Bank. Honest to goodness. Member FDIC. Member DIF.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation this year for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, a donation of $100 will be made to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Shaws and Star Market, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hey, the Peterson School is celebrating 80 years of teaching the trades and is enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more. The Peterson School, they teach the trades.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CRV. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
5:13 left here in the first period. No score between the Bruins and Flyers. And a face-off coming up just outside the Philadelphia blue line. One more meeting later this season between these two teams. This is the second out of 3. Bruins will be back in the first week of April as part of a 4-game road trip. That will take them to Tampa, Florida, and Carolina along the way as well. As the puck gets pushed into the Bruins zone here. Tipped out. Back out into neutral ice. Backing up toward his own blue line and into his own zone is Drysdale. Come back through center and dump it in. Around the near side boards, McAvoy in the corner trying to find the handle. Zegras able to take it away, moves in behind the Boston net. To the far circle, turns away from Zaka, comes back down low, pass off to the far side for Konechny, and his shot ends up going wide on the short side, gets cleared back out. Dvorak comes back toward his own line. 4.5 to go here in the period. Off the near boards, turnover. Arvidsson gives to McAvoy. Charlie going to skate it up to the Philadelphia line, finds some space, but his shot gets blocked by York. McAvoy able to track it off the far wall in behind the net, but Philly regains. Bobby Brink near the red line, spun against Husnudinov. Bruins will gain possession. Jokiharju, pass over to the far side. Minton to Husnudinov in the left circle. Around behind the net to the near side wall. Jokiharju waiting for it at the point. Pushed it back down for Asimon. Turns and fires, and stick save made by Vladar. Back to Jokiharju, throws one through the slot. It ricochets out of the far corner. Brink gets it to the blue line, but not out. As Asimon backhands onto Husnudinov, turning with it along the far wall. Brings it back out toward the blue line. Jokiharju, center of the blue line with a shot. Hits Asimon, standing between the circles. Flyers will clear. Brink coming to the Boston line, but Jokiharju stops that. Philadelphia trying to reload here. Ristolainen takes a hit along the near boards. 3 puck to Zadorov behind the net. Geeky backhands to Pasternak along the near side. He'll give it back over to that far side, and Hampus Lindholm will send it around behind Vladar. Quick out of the net to stop it behind the net. And hand off back there. Bob back out through center ice. Geeky had it taken away, but offside are the Flyers.
That gets a couple of second looks from the Flyers that time. Garnet Hathaway was the guy that was offsides.
3:06 to go here in the first. Neither team has found the scoreboard yet.
Yeah, not from a lack of good opportunities. I think quality of chances out of the 12 shots total that have been taken have been good ones.
Faceoff will be just outside the Boston line. Philadelphia controls, and Sanheim will fire around the boards. Hampus Lindholm, errant pass. Here's Ristolainen with a shot, and a glove stop by Swayman. He'll hang on and draw a faceoff inside the Bruins zone.
Yeah, Hampus Lindholm trying to make that pass up the left wing, doesn't connect with anybody, and it's Ristolainen out at the point that picks it off. And it's an uncontested shot that, fortunately, Swayman had a good look at.
Sean Corrali will stand in for this face-off to Swayman's left against Couturier. And now Couturier will be cast out of the circle, and Tippett will take his place. Off the draw, puck pulled back toward the end wall. Hampus Lindholm. Pass up the right side. Stick battle, and Kastelik able to win it, but had backed into the zone offside as he did so. So another face-off coming up near the Philadelphia blue line this time. Kastelik joined by Corrali and Jeannot. Jeannot back after his earlier fight against Nick Delorier.
Yeah, Delorier out there as well for the Flyers.
Off the draw, Kastelik wins it. Lori. They'll give it over to the far side, and Hampus Lindholm drives it deep. Round toward the near side corner. Four guys all digging for it along the wall. It'll come to Delorier out of the zone. He and Jeannot collide. Puck swept in deep to the Boston end by Grundstrom. Lori will play it up the far side. Gets picked off at the blue line. Thrown back to the net. Lori gets in front to atone for the turnover and blocks it.
Guilt can go a long way, can it? You got a block shot.
There's Andre circling back behind the Philadelphia net. Lead pass caught up to by Zegras near the red line. He will dump in. Aspero in the near corner. Loose puck comes to McAvoy. Now Zaka. Zaka gives back to McAvoy carrying forward. Charlie in across the Philadelphia line. Stops. Winds it deep. Arvidsson right corner first to it. It's tripped up along the wall. Puck comes loose to Konechny. He'll backhand to the blue line. Cut off by Middlestad. Try to play it across, but Dvorak got a stick on it. Zegras will bring the Flyers forward. Plays around behind Swayman. Comes out into the trapezoid. Backhands it along for Aspero. Now Arvidsson chasing up the right side. Puck had been touched with a high stick, though. Flyers will gain possession. Minute 24 to go here in the first. York to dump in. Zadorov tips it along the far boards. Pasternak juggling the puck as he comes out to center ice and handed it for Geekie, but taken away, and right back deep it comes. Zadorov going into the far corner.
Under pressure right away when he got that puck with Geekie.
Pasternak along that far circle. Bobby Brink able to keep it alive here for the Flyers. Centering pass to Ristolainen coming in from the point, and his shot gets turned away. Back to the near point now for Sanheim. Got it around behind the net. Yoki Haru in the far corner against Brink. Keeps it loose and gives Zadorov a chance to clear, which he does. And now a foot race for it inside the Philadelphia zone. Sanheim just a step ahead of Geekie. Out into the neutral ice. Got free near the red line. Hampus Lindholm will lob one forward. Pasternak trying to knock that out of the air with what would have been a high stick anyway. Flyers, though, play it. Geekie brings right back in off the feet from Elias Lindholm. Drops one off for Pasternak. Hands instead to Hampus Lindholm. His effort got blocked. Came to Lori, who got tripped up, and a shot goes wide of the net. And a penalty against Philadelphia with 15.5 to go here in the period.
Yeah, good shift or good move, I should say, by Lori, moving from right to left to get to his forehand, draw this penalty, and get a shot away.
So it's Sean
Philadelphia
Couturier,
14, minor penalty for tripping,
who will head to the box and give the Bruins a power play here in the final seconds of this first period, their first.
Yeah, he sticks out his right leg, to Couturier, because he got beat in the slot as Lori moved to his forehand.
Lori had some words for him after the whistle. Face-off will be to Vladar's right. Bruins power play 1 for 3 against Columbus. In the first game back from the break, they ranked 3rd in the league on the power play. Flyers 12 for 12 in their last 7 games on the penalty kill. They ranked 15th in the league overall.
That tells you two things, right?
They're not taking a lot of penalties.
They're not taking a lot.
Here's McAvoy stepping in. Get it across the near side. Geekie with a shot. Gets tipped up and over the net and out of play by York.
Yeah, York came out, got in the shooting lane that time. Geekie trying to get that shot through from the right wing circle after the face-off win.
That's got to be 3 or 4 blocks already from York by my count.
He's made a couple good defensive plays. No more as an offensive defenseman, but he's been good.
5.2 left in the period.
They got Cates to kind of suck down into the middle of the ice, and it left Geekie open on the right wing side.
Elias wins the faceoff. Zaka gets it to McAvoy. McAvoy trying to get it over to Pasternak and get a little tangled up and can't get off a shot before the period came to an end. So Bruins kill off a pair of penalties in that first period. They will carry 1:45 of power play time over into the start of the second. And it's a scoreless game after 1 here in Philadelphia. We'll be back with our first intermission next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, the Peterson School is celebrating 80 years of teaching the trades and is enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more. The Peterson School, they teach the trades.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support first responders. This season, our 73 Reasons campaign is giving back over $250,000 to protect those who protect us. Join thousands making a difference today at servicecu.org.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Plus, plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Electrical contractors, Granite City Electric has a convenient way for you to pick up and access your materials 24/7. Introducing the GCE Night Train Depot. Pick up supplies when it's convenient for you. All materials are stored safely indoors and order size doesn't matter. It's not a locker. Best of all, it's free with over 27 Night Train Depot locations across New England. Convenience and savings all delivered to you from Granite City Electric Supply. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Mass Mutual presents an uncomfortable pregame conversation between goalie UC Saros and center Ryan O'Reilly.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Like, no goals for retirement?
No goals.
What about a new home?
No goals.
Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals.
Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to massmutual.com today.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. He's the media group station.
Back in Philadelphia, first intermission, Bruins and Flyers played a scoreless first 20 minutes. And as part of our first intermission today, we're going to take a look back. Normally on Saturdays, we do plays of the week. It's been a short week around the NHL, so we're going to expand it. And to the first week of February as well, kind of a plays of the month on this last day of February. It includes Charlie Coyle with his second career hat trick coming before the break. The memorable goalie fight featuring Jeremy Swayman during the Stadium Series. Minnesota Wild keeping pace in the Central with back-to-back wins in overtime and a whole lot more. Here are your NHL plays of the month.
Coyle puts it behind the net. Gives to Werenski. He caught it a little bit off balance. Sends it around to the far wall. Nazar gets it, threw it toward the net. It goes off his stick. And it comes to Olivier. Pass to the middle. Coyle. Back to Sillinger. He gives it to Coyle, and he tucks it in for the hat trick. Charlie Coyle. Tip of the cap to you, buddy. You have just scored your 15th goal of the season.
So sort of coming back in his own zone. Chikrin is out there a while. Ethan Frank is on now. He and Sorta, they got wheels. And it'll be John Carlson joining him here as Sorta trying to dangle the blue line. Carlson picks it up. Sorta shooting. Save and a rebounding score! Cleaned out by Justin Sorta for the game-winning goal. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Carolina. Sorta in OT, the hero. The Capitals come all the way back.
Seattle chasing it down near circle at the half wall is back to the point for a Larson shot. Turned aside, rebound, scores! Capo Kakko bangs home the loose puck, and the Kraken regain the lead. 3-2, 16:42 left in the third.
Well, a moment ago I mentioned Larson just putting the puck on the net to try and get the puck there. It's the same thing here. That puck comes back to the point. He's at the corner of the blue line of the boards. He puts it back on net. It's knocked down in front. Capo Kakko finds it. 3-2 Kraken.
Kucherov will get the pass from Gensel. Winds and fires from the high slot. Save made by Swayman. And then Swayman's going to get into it. After he got... Someone took a shot at him after he made that save and had possession, and Swayman went diving out. Here comes Vasilevsky out to center ice. Swayman's going to shake off the referees. They're going to square off. Swayman and Vasilevsky. They take the masks off. Right out at center ice. They grab a hold of each other. Swayman a little off balance. Vasilevsky throws a right. Swayman lands a right. They wrestle. The linesman trying to pull them apart and will.
Rolling puck to center. Kaden Gooley fires it in. Deep in Buffalo territory in front, they score! It's Caulfield again! Off the forecheck. 2 goals in the third for Caulfield, and Montreal are back on top, 3-2.
Tuck down the left wing, cross the blue line, high slot. Tuck, shoot, save Vasilevsky. Rebound Dahlin, tied up by Gensel. Where's the puck? Moser didn't see that Dahlin was going to grab it. Now Kucherov flings it down the ice. Gensel's got a breakaway. Gensel alone. Score!
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Jake Gensel wins it in overtime. 4-3 Lightning.
Hughes through the slot, pushes it back boldly outside the right circle. Refeeds Hughes. Hughes with a couple of assists tonight off the Kaprizov, shooting one. He scores! Kaprizov with another overtime winner as the Wild top the Canadiens 4-3 in St. Paul.
And it's played out high by Novak. On for Kulak. Bands on a shot. Here's the breakaway for Horvat. Bo Horvat in on Skinner. Scores! A massive win on Long Island. And Bo Horvat's the hero. In the opening minute of overtime, 5-4 the final. Islanders take down the Pens. Second of the night for Bo Horvat ends it.
Matt Duchene riding a tied career-long streak. Harley, he scores! The backhand in overtime! Thomas Harley, one more time against Winnipeg. Game over!
Under a minute left in the extra session. Kirill Kaprizov, 14 career overtime winners, as I mentioned earlier, 4 of them this year. They'll try it up ice, passes Boldy, darting in, Boldy, cross ice, Spurgeon a shot, he scores! Jared Spurgeon wins it in overtime! 9th overtime win of the year for the Wild. 5 straight in the win column as they hit the Olympic break as the captain beats Soros. It's 6-5, the victory tonight for Minnesota.
Konechny down to the line. Sends it in and misses. Tries to use Dvorak the other way. 2-on-1 the other way. Stützle cuts in. Stützle backhander scores! Tim Stützle ends the game with his 8th overtime game winner.
Tim Stützle's overtime game winner against these Philadelphia Flyers finishes off this edition of our Plays of the Month for an abbreviated February around the NHL. Bruins and Flyers scoreless at the end of one. We'll take a look at the other action around the league when we return here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah. Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
Need a new roof for your home or business? Call East Coast Metal Roofing. Lifetime guaranteed roofs and get 10% off during the President's Day Savings Event. Call 844-611-ECMR or go to eastcoastmetalroofing.com.
Whether I'm heading to a game, the airport, or out with friends, to get where I need to be in comfort and style, I rely on the pros at A+ Coach. Anthony and his team at A+ Coach offer world-class personal transportation services with the best fleet of luxury vehicles anywhere in Massachusetts, all at an affordable price. Next time you're heading to a game, heading to Logan like I do, or heading to Boston for a night out, leave the driving to A+ Coach. For reservations and more, visit apluscoach.com or call 781-THE-LIMO. That's apluscoach.com or 781-THE-LIMO. And to get the best rate, tell them so sent you.
Imperial Cars President's Day month-long clearance event is going on now. Over $10 million in total discounts. 2,000 vehicles discounted up to $15,000 off MSRP. Looking to upgrade, trade in, or get behind the wheel for less? Now's the time. But don't wait. When they're gone, they're gone. Visit ImperialCars.com today.
Feeling lucky? If not, it may be because your pipes are greener than a leprechaun's hat. This St. Patrick's Day, let Drains by James channel the luck of the Irish and clean those pesky drains. From drain cleaning to pipe lining, we've got the magic touch to make them flow like a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. Visit drainsbyjames.com, because who needs shamrocks when you've got James? That's drainsbyjames.com.
Miller time. It only happens if you make it happen. So say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Live a little. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Flyers played a scoreless first period here in Philadelphia. Other action around the NHL today. One game already a final. New York Rangers rallied from a 2-0 deficit in the second period, were able to tie the game in the third, and went on to win it in a shootout 3-2, the victory today over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Other action about to get underway in San Jose, an early start out west as the Sharks will host the Edmonton Oilers. That one just about to puck drop. At 5 o'clock Eastern time today, the Blues will host the New Jersey Devils. A couple of 6 o'clock games, including the Islanders visiting Columbus. And the Chicago Blackhawks are in Colorado to take on the Avalanche. And then the rest of the action later tonight. 7 o'clock, the Toronto Maple Leafs, losers of 2 straight coming out of the break. Have a big one at home tonight against the Ottawa Senators on Hockey Night in Canada. In Montreal, the Canadiens will host the Washington Capitals. Capitals are the first team out of the playoffs right now, trailing the Bruins coming into the day by just 2 points for the second wild card spot, though Boston does have 3 games in hand against Washington. Buffalo Sabres were able to leapfrog Montreal and Detroit yesterday with the victory. They won 2 straight, and they'll be in Tampa Bay to take on the Lightning. So those are right now the top 2 teams in the standings in the Atlantic Division. The Detroit Red Wings visiting Carolina tonight as well. That's a 7 o'clock face-off. Calgary at Los Angeles, also a 7 o'clock Eastern time start. And then the later games, Dallas will host Nashville starting at 8 p.m. And at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, it's Vancouver visiting the Seattle Kraken. One period in the books here in Philadelphia. Bruins and Flyers are scoreless. We will have the second period when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. At WellPoint, we're proud to once again partner with 98.5 The Sports Hub for the Hometown Heroes program, shining a light on the individuals who selflessly serve and support our communities across Massachusetts. These everyday heroes deserve to be recognized for the impact they make, both big and small. Help us celebrate them by nominating a hometown hero today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
The 99 Restaurants $14.99 Big Deal Meals always hit the spot. They're big on flavor, big on comfort, and big on value. And now you can dig into these hearty favorites any day of the week. That's right, the $14.99 Big Deal Meals are available all day, every day. So now you can have the roasted turkey dinner all week long. Hurry in today or every day for any one of our $14.99 Big Deal Meals. You gotta love the nines.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Bruins and Flyers played a scoreless first period, joined downstairs by the Bruins' Pavel Zacha. Pav, just coming off the Olympic break, obviously you had the injury going into the break, unfortunately unable to take part over in Italy. How's the physical part of the game been for you here coming back off the long layoff?
Yeah, it takes some time, I think, especially with timing and stuff like that. It's missed almost 3.5 weeks, so I'm trying to get back in. But my teammates are helping me out there. They're skating, winning battles. So I just have to catch my game as soon as I can.
What particular challenges do you face against this Philadelphia team today?
Yeah, they're really good to neutral zone. I think they're winning, especially this first period. They won more battles than us, so we have to get better at that and capitalize now on the power play and then go from there.
You guys had to kill off a couple of penalties in that first period. I know Marco's been making some adjustments with the penalty kill here during the break. From your vantage point, how different is it?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more aggressive in skating in the defensive zone. So I think that's the system that gives us a little bit more aggressive look there. And if you execute it well, I think we have a good chance to stop penalties. So we have to keep getting better at that.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second period.
Thank you.
All right, thanks to Pavel Zacha for joining us between periods. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Bruins able to get the puck deep, but the Flyers will lob it right back out. Cates clears. Boston starting on the power play here for the first minute 45 of this first period. Their first effort of the game on the man advantage. Going from right to left, Geekie from his own blue line. Skates it to the center ice circle, keeps it moving in across the line, but then his pass is deflected onto Sanheim and cleared.
Definitely out of sorts here entering the zone for the Bruins. I mean,
it's... puck came off the end wall. Swayman in the crease, forced to play it and got pressured by Hathaway. Drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd here in Philadelphia. Geekie now back into the Philadelphia zone. Zaka will move it along. Pasternak top of the right circle. Near side, Geekie one-timer, and it hit the outside of the net. He had a look at it there from that left circle.
Yeah, he had a wide open net. He just looked skyward. He was ready for it, but misfired to the short side. You know, Geekie does so many good things for it. Probably carrying the puck into the zone on the power play is not one of the things they want him doing. Yeah. But set up in the left wing circle, definitely is and he just looks skyward right now, knowing that he missed that one. And Pasternak sold shot from the right wing circle. Vladar has to respect that. He comes out and then zips a pass to Pasternak through the seam to Geekie in the left wing circle and just misfired.
Scored from there the other night, his 33rd goal of the year, tying his career high that he set last season. McAvoy off a clear, going to come back from the Bruins zone. Skating it through neutral ice with some speed. Cuts to the right, dumps it around the near side boards. Geekie gives to Zaka down low. Zaka from behind the net, around to the far side. Pasternak out of the blue line. His pass for Elias Lindholm was deflected, and now it's cleared by Cates. And a foot race for it in the Bruins zone will be won by McAvoy. It's the final 6 seconds of the power play. Geekie will bring it back to the Philadelphia line. Stops just inside. Spins away from Zegras. Moving down the left wing circle. Tried to backhand, and it deflected off of Sanheim and went up over the net. Konechny will bring the Flyers back the other way as they're back at full strength. Sweeps a pass towards Zegras far side. That was disrupted by Minton. In behind the net, Zegras gives to Konechny on the left circle. His pass deflected by Middlestat, but kept alive by Drysdale. Rims it around the far side. Konechny out at the blue line to play. Cross ice, tipped into the corner off of Drysdale. Zegras at the hash marks. And a play away from Lohrei. Kicks it back onto his stick. Back to the point. Couturier couldn't get it through Hampus Lindholm out there. Konechny will give it off for Andre, who gets knocked down. The puck is cleared off the near boards by Minton. Middlestat chasing Andre, able to relieve him with the puck. Cut it off to the far side. A one-timer by Arvidsson, but Vladar was there. 17:20 to go here in the second. Still scoreless. Couturier will play it into the Bruins zone and head off on a change. Jokiharju, long pass up the left side for Middlestat. Gets tangled along the wall. Arvidsson brings it across the line, moving in left circle. Tried to go around Vladar, goes around behind the net. Near side corner, and Jokiharju in deep against Ristolainen. Sets back up the near board.
Cates was isolated that time on Arvidsson. He might have had a chance to take that puck straight to the net. Got Cates beat.
Corrali sends around the far side. Jokiharju plays it to Tanner Jeannot in the right wing corner. Jeannot working against Cates along that far wall. Now Corrali. Squeezed to the boards by Sanheim. Flyers will clear. Michkov trying to get in behind Jokiharju. Couldn't get it cleanly. Played back across the ice. The Flyers will get in on the attack here. Ristolainen in deep. Jokiharju seals it off behind the net. Jeannot now in the near corner. Will push it for Kastelik. Can't get out of the zone. Brink carries it toward the left wing circle. Brings in behind the net. Backhander out in front. Ricocheted loose. Here's Brink between the circles. Over to the near side. Couturier trying to get it back across. Swayman scrambling into the crease. Can't get it covered. But the Bruins will get it cleared.
It's going to be a night. No icing.
They wave it off.
That was a delayed wave off, was it not?
It certainly was.
It took a while.
4 minutes gone here in the period. Flyers coming forward with Tippett. Lost it coming through neutral ice. McAvoy circles back deep in his own end. Pass up the right side. Asimon and Andre both went down in a battle. On the far boards, Asimon gets a stick on it toward the corner. Here's Husnudinov now on the far boards. Back to McAvoy for a one-timer. And his shot gloved by Vladar. No rebound.
Yeah, a couple tense moments. The Bruins having some tough time there inside their own zone for that lengthy shift. And Flyers try to send that puck twice to the front of the net. Good battle in front to make sure the puck doesn't end up in the back of the net, but a really good job coming around the net, protecting the puck by Brink, and then getting it on the backhand in front. Couturier trying to look back door a couple times for Mishkov. And that battle in front of the net to prevent him from getting it.
Face off in the offensive zone here for the Bruins. Just about 4.5 minutes into this second period, still scoreless. Elias Lindholm wins the face-off. Aspero gives it to Pasternak. Backhands one off the end boards. Aspero's in there deep to keep it alive. Moves it around to the far side. McAvoy pinching down to the corner. Can't get to it. Sanheim plays across ice. Konechny gets it back from Ristolainen. Konechny will skate it into the Boston zone. Centering pass for Sanheim. His shot blocked and goes up over the glass.
Fans score a hat trick with Avidiabank's free checking. Get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Enjoy free ATMs through the Sum and All Point networks and no minimum balance or monthly fees. Visit Avidiabank.com for details. Avidiabank, honest to goodness, member FDIC, member DIF.
Faceoff will come inside the Bruins zone. Shots are 7-7 so far in this game. 7-6 Philadelphia advantage in the first period. Total of 1 shot awarded in the first 4:45 or so in this second period. Elias Lindholm to take the face-off in the defensive zone. Zegras has to get in there for Philadelphia. Puck one toward the slot. McAvoy off the far boards to Pasternak. As the Bruins come out from right to left here on offense. Pasternak gets it from Aspero on the right wing side. Centering pass for Elias Lindholm, broken up. Elias keeps it alive. Now Pasternak centering pass, and Geeky from between the circles one times it on, but Vladar made the pad stop.
He got some separation from Ristolainen, who was covering him in front. And Pasternak able to thread that puck to him in the slot for Geeky. Good right pad save that time by Vladar.
Geeky just inside the Philadelphia line. Can't get through Drysdale, but a Lindholm centering pass looking for Pasternak. That's broken up to Borak. Finds Konechny coming out of the Philadelphia zone, and now lobs it into the Boston end. McAvoy and Drysdale spinning around, going into the near corner, around to the far side, and it'll be Delorier to kick it back deep. McAvoy there behind the net. Rampas Lindholm near side under pressure, takes a hit from Delorier. Free puck, and the shot wide of the net by Hathaway. Ricocheted back out into the neutral zone. Now it'll come back toward McAvoy inside the Boston end. Hampus Lindholm, pass across ice for Zacha. Zacha trying to chip it in, but it hit Middlestad, who was straddling the blue line. Hathaway will skate Philadelphia back the other way. He and Hampus Lindholm collide along the near side. Middlestad gets knocked down in the corner, but was able to play the puck free from Grundstrom. And now it's Arvidsson. From the top of the left circle, a shot that rides up high on Vladar, but he makes the save. Yeah, looks like he's shaken up.
Yeah, he's looked like it might have caught him in the shoulder or somewhere in between that equipment, but yeah, he's getting up slowly here.
He'll get a chance to catch a breather, as we will as well. 13:46 to go in the second period. No score, Bruins and Flyers on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on. The crew's here, and the snack spread from Big Y, oh, it's a thing of beauty. Wings that sauce the competition, platters that get major play, and tossed pizzas for the whole team, and that impressive 30-inch super sub. Shout out to the experts at Big Y for the assist. Are they cheering for the game or for your snacks? My question exactly, sports fans. Big Y, nicely done.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Join Planet Fitness in club or online today. Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See club for details.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious, with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napolitana, the original New Haven of beats since 1925. Make it easy with crowd-pleasing catering and a legendary New Haven style of beats everyone loves. Visit their locations in Watertown, Chestnut Hill, Burlington, or Warwick, Rhode Island, or order online at pepespizzeria.com.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
And don't miss your chance to register for Girls Learn to Play, presented by Pure Hockey. The program helps girls ages 5 through 10 who are aspiring youth hockey players to develop their skills and includes a full set of equipment, skates, 4 weeks of on-ice instruction, and more. Head to bostonbruins.com/Girls Learn to Play to learn more and register. 13:46 to go, second period. No score. Bruins and Flyers. Flyers goaltender Dan Vladar shaking off that shot from before the break. Went over to the bench, grabbed a drink, had a conversation with his backup today, Sam Erson, and went back between the pipes here to restart. Hampus Lindholm along the near boards. Will play it around behind Vladar's net. Middlestad coming toward the near side. Hands to Lindholm, coming down near side. Throw it in front. It deflected by Arvidsson, and Vladar took a peek behind him, but he's got it.
Yeah, puck just hit him. I mean, sometimes you got to be a little lucky there. He's in good position, but this puck thrown towards the front. I'm not sure who it hit on the way there. Might have been Zacha in front of the net. He was there as well as Drysdale. But either way, it pinballs around and off of a body and then on Vladar. And he said just kind of hits him and stays in front of him.
That'll get the Bruins another attack zone face-off. They'll bring out Minton, Husnudinov, and Asimon. Face-off in the near circle to our left. Off the draw, puck came toward the slot, and it'll be shot off the far boards and out by Grabenkin. Tippett chasing Jokiharju deep into Bruins territory. Jokiharju able to seal him off. Zadorov rims it around the near side. It'll ricochet all the way down the ice and icing the call against Boston.
You mentioned Grabenkin. He came over in a trade with the Toronto Maple Leafs as well. So Fraser Minton.
Right.
So the Leafs made the trade for Carlo, and that was Minton in a first rounder. And Lawton.
Yeah, Scott Lawton
went to Toronto from Philadelphia. Very popular teammate. But he goes for Grabenkin and a first rounder as well.
Yes.
Minton has been, sometimes it's a little too early to tell who wins trades and who doesn't, but Minton has been a solid performer for the Bruins this whole season. Rankin's not quite there yet.
4 goals and 4 assists for him so far this year. As puck pulled in front of the net. 4 goals and 8 assists, I should say. Puck moved into the Bruins attack zone.
That's
offside. Yeah, Grabenkin, 22-year-old Russian.
They still got a first rounder for him as well.
Yep.
So, I mean, you know.
He's only had 7 games. He was a teammate of Fraser Minton's in the AHL in Toronto last season. Faceoff will be just outside the Philadelphia zone here with 12:40 to go in this second period. Still a scoreless game. Kastelik wins the draw. McAvoy coming toward the near side of the ice. Now turns back. Gives it over to the right side for Kastelik. Chips it in. Brunstrom harassed by Corrali. Forced a turnover. Kastelik. McAvoy in his pass for Aspero. Hit him in the skate. Kicked out of the zone. He'll rim it back in as Boston tags up on the delayed offside. Brunstrom leaves it in the far corner. Picked off by Corrali over there. Over to McAvoy for a one-timer. And that's blocked by Hathaway, who comes up hobbling. McAvoy tripped up along the far boards, and the puck comes back out through center. Aspero to McAvoy at his own blue line. Now Corrali pushes it forward. Deneau chasing Andre into the far corner. Puts him to the wall. Kastelik angles it off the near boards, but out of the reach of Hampus Lindholm.
Yeah,
It'll ricochet all the way down the ice.
He just hopped on the ice. Couldn't get over there in time.
Hampus will bring it through center here. On the left wing side, he's got Pasternak coming down the circle. Backhand in front, and a chance from in tight by Geekie, and Vladar makes that stop.
Wow.
Boy, has Geekie had some opportunities here in this second period. Zegras centers one in front for Dvorak, right in front of Swayman. But Lorai was able to make that play. Geekie will clear it back out. Pasternak reaching for it. Did get a piece of it. Vladar right at the edge of the trapezoid, had to leave it there, couldn't play it. But the Flyers able to get it back out. And now Zegras moving forward. Elias Lindholm coming back on him. And able to hold up Zegras. Puck kicks on toward the near side wall. Connecting. Back down low. Zegras in the far circle. Push back toward the corner against Elias Lindholm.
Connecting got leveled there by Zadorov after moving that puck.
Puck comes through. Konechny now in the far corner, all the way around to the near side. Dvorak will backhand behind the net. Konechny wrap around on the far post on the forehand, and the save made by Swayman, and then a shot from in tight by Dvorak. Turned away as well. Bruins get the clear.
Both goalies have been outstanding in this game.
Right back in come the Flyers. Zegras with a shot, looking for a redirect. Sanheim near side circle. Konechny misfired on a one-timer. And then Cates reaching around a body to get a shot that went wide.
Bruins need a line change. They're going to be able to get it now.
Or will they? That puck just made it far enough for an icing.
Konechny, great spin around. Comes off the back wall. Comes out on his forehand for the first chance. Zegras with the second one. And then it was Dvorak who was stopped with the left pad of Swayman on that third opportunity. It hits the skate of Yoki Harju, and then Dvorak's got half a net. And down at the other end, I mean, Vladar with an unreal save on Morgan Geekie. He's had two fantastic saves on Geekie this period, one that Geekie misfired on.
Jeremy Swayman with a terrific glove stop on Dvorak. 10:20 to go here in the second period, still scoreless.
Yeah, they need a change, though.
Mishkov played it over to the far side. Into the corner comes Cates, back toward the point for Drysdale. Puck skips on him, and he has to chase it back to his own blue line. Bruins will try to get some quick changes on. Flyers trying to answer quickly. Zaka able to disrupt the play at the Boston line. Aspero gets it to Middlestat. Now Zaka turns it across ice here for Arvidsson. Back across the ice, deflected, but got the Middlestat right wing circle. He stops with it along the dot, deals it back. McAvoy was thinking one-timer. Instead, he'll carry it around the near side circle and all the way in behind the net. Backhand pass on to Middlestat, far side. Centering pass for Zaka, broken up by Brink. Outlet was too far for Mishkov, who was looking for a break. Instead, it'll be Aspero back in the Bruins zone. 9.5 to play here in the period. Zaka sends a floater in toward Vladar. He will just shovel it aside for Andre, who goes in behind the net. Pass up the left side. Brought into the Bruins zone by Couturier. One-on-one against McAvoy, far circle. Thrown in front, blocked by Minton. It'll come back to the point. Sealer, Andre, center blue line. His effort gets kicked back out toward the blue line, and Aspero able to force it forward as he avoids a tip-it check. Minton near the Philadelphia blue line, played it in, but Asimont was in deep in the zone against Andre, so Bruins had to back off there. Aspero banks a pass along the near boards to Asimont. His pass to the red line bounced away from Minton. Tippett will get it back into the Boston zone before he's shoved to the ice by McAvoy.
He didn't like it.
Delorier and is trying to get McAvoy, goad McAvoy into something here, and there's a penalty coming up.
It's coming to Delorier, but... Or is it both of them? He's definitely pointing at Delorier for the penalty. It's a good hit by McAvoy.
Wasn't anything dirty about it.
No, God no.
So with 8.5 to go here in the second
It's
period.
at least Delorier going to the box, and I'm not sure I saw the... He's saying for what, and I don't disagree with him.
There was a...
Good hit by McAvoy. Yeah. Delorier comes over. There's no penalty coming up. He breaks his stick on a little cross check, but he doesn't really do anything. He gives him...
Ball number 44, Martin Crowley for sportsmanlike conduct.
That's a reputation.
That's Delorier trying to do his job.
Yeah, that's reputation.
So we'll take a break. Bruins to the power play when we come back. 8.5 to go, second period. No score on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
So I'm running late for a hugely important meeting. Of course, traffic is bad. And then I got rear-ended. The timing was inconvenient. But I have to say, safety insurance made the claims process unbelievably convenient. I simply uploaded pics of my car. The claims adjuster sent me back an estimate. I even got the money to cover the repair digitally. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms conveniently.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline Pilot or CRV. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Fans, stay in the know on all things Bruins gear. Sign up for Pro Shop Text Alerts to get exclusive deals, early access to new arrivals, and more straight to your phone. Don't miss out on staying connected so you can rep the Bees in style. Sign up now at bostonproshop.com/sign-up.
The referee's still catching an earful from Rick Tocchet in the Flyers bench right now on this penalty that was called. And he gave McAvoy a bump, did Delorier, but nothing that really warranted a penalty. He gave him unsportsmanlike conduct. Just letting him know he's there.
Right.
Tough call on him. Now it's up to the Bruins to take advantage.
Second power play of the game for Boston. First one came at the tail end of the first into the second. Here's McAvoy, gives to Geekie on the left wing circle. McAvoy center blue line, throws one in front, went wide of Vladar off the tip. Centering pass off of Zacha. Loose puck will be backhanded out of the zone by Dvorak. Swayman will set it up for McAvoy at the side of the Boston net. Minute 38 to go in the man advantage. Bruins moving from right to left on offense. From his own blue line, Zacha comes to the red. Pass to the right side. Pastrnak kicks it onto his stick, comes across the line, and all the way around behind the net. Gets it back now to McAvoy. Over to the right point he goes. In front! Tipped on Vladar, made the stop. He had Elias Lindholm right in his face. Flyers will clear.
They got the Flyers spread out. Nice play by Pastrnak entering the zone that time, but Lindholm was left wide open in front of the net because they got him so spread out.
Pastrnak gets it right back into the Philadelphia zone. Gives to McAvoy. Right hash marks. Down low to Zacha. Zacha under pressure from a pair of Flyers. Now Elias comes to get involved in the play as well. Buckle squirt toward the corner. Now back behind the net. And it'll be rimmed around the near glass and out by Ristolainen. 45 to go on the power play. Bruins making some changes on the power play unit. Hampus Lindholm will leave it in the defensive zone here for Minton. Minton's pass up the middle here for Arvidsson. Arvidsson gets taken away, coming to the attacking blue line. Hampus Lindholm will play it away from Hathaway inside the Boston zone. 23 to go in the power play. Hampus will bring it out to his own blue line. Now to the red. Now plays over to the right side. Lohrei steps in across the Philly line. Cross ice pass. Hampus Lindholm. His effort got blocked. Thrown back out of the zone. 5 to go on the power play. Arvidsson has to skate back toward his own blue line, and here comes Delorier out of the box. So each team now 0 for 2 in the man advantage. 6:25 to go here in the second. We're still scoreless. Fraser Minton will chip it toward the right wing boards. Middlestat gets to it first in the far corner, but gets canceled out by Sanheim behind the net. Connecting, rink wide. Mishkov will play it to Zegras coming across the Boston line. His centering pass, Kastelik got a piece of it, couldn't quite find the handle, but the Bruins get the clear. Philly back in their own zone. Cross ice pass will come to Mishkov along the near side. Just inside the Boston line, working against Corrali. Now here's Andre finding some space into the right circle. Shot went wide on the short side. Jeannot backhands it out of the zone. Brink couldn't handle it. Corrali's in behind him on the breakaway. Moving in and takes the shot. Vladar made the save. And then Corrali goes crashing into the net and dislodges it. Actually tipped it over onto its backside with a little help from the Flyer defender. So an opportunity there with a quick break for Corrali. Comes up empty, and with 5:41 to go here in the second, we remain scoreless on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Hey, the Peterson School is celebrating 80 years of teaching the trades and is enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more. The Peterson School, they teach the trades.
Mass Mutual presents an uncomfortable pregame conversation between goalie UC Saros and center Ryan O'Reilly.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Like, no goals for retirement?
No goals.
What about a new home?
No goals.
Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals.
Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to massmutual.com today.
The Game is on the Sports Hub.
5:41 left, second period. The Bruins and the Flyers scoreless. Sean Corrali with a quick break, getting the latest opportunity against Dan Vladar, who's now made 15 saves and 10 for Jeremy Swayman down the other end. And there's been some really good ones on both sides.
The quality of chances have been excellent. Bruins have had a couple of break-ins, right? That's a good one there by Corrali, hitting for his second goal in as many games. And Vladar, he's robbed Geekie twice in this second period alone.
Face-off will be to Vladar's left, down to our left as well. 5:41 left here in the second period. Off the draw. Puck tangled along the far side circle to be grabbed and brought up ice here by Grabenkin. McAvoy, active stick at the red line, able to knock it away from him. Now a dump in, comes behind Swayman. He tees it up, sends it into the near corner. Quick up here for Geekie. Working against Sanheim as they go into the left wing corner of the Philadelphia zone. Ristolainen behind the net for the Flyers. Over to the far side for Tippett. Just outside the blue line. Pushed it up ice. Couturier for Tippett coming down the left circle. His pass stolen by Pasternak, who brings it back out into the neutral zone. And from the red line, he will dump it in as the Bruins start to get some changes. But putting some pressure on in the far side corner as well. Lorai kept it in, but cleared out. And Tippett into the Bruins zone. Has it taken away by Hampus Lindholm. Around the near side wall. Couturier off the wall finds Drysdale. Drysdale coming down the right circle. Sends one into the middle for Brink, and his shot got redirected wide. Cates now out of the blue line with his shot blocked by Minton. And Geekie will play it back behind the Boston net. Hampus Lindholm winds it around the boards all the way up ice was Asamon. Got tripped up just inside the Flyers zone. Penalty coming. On the near wall, Asamon trying to keep it loose, but Mishkov will touch it up. And the Bruins are going back to the power play here with 4:24 to go in the second.
Fans, check out the upcoming Hardest Working Player of the Week content on 985thesportshub.com. Bruins page brought to you by the Peterson School. Peterson School is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more.
It's Cam York who gets called for taking down Asamon. And the Bruins go back to the power play. Flyers have killed off 2 Bruins power plays so far today, so they are 14 for 14 over the last 7+ games on the PK.
Yeah, best chance might have been the Geekie misfire from that left wing circle.
Elias Lindholm, Zacha, Pasternak, Geekie, and McAvoy, the top power play unit. Face off on the far circle to our left. Off the draw, puck came to Pasternak, got it back to McAvoy, sidesteps to Dvorak, comes down the right circle, back over to Pasternak for a one-timer. Here's Geekie on the rebound, and Vladar makes the save and covers it.
Well, that's a nice move by McAvoy out at the point. He's under pressure. He's able to get some separation after a nice move. Get that puck back to Pasternak. Not the hardest shot we've seen Pasternak take from the middle of the ice, but still gets it all the way through. There's a rebound chance that goes out to Vladar's right. And Geekie coming in from the left wing circle. Vladar's able to get himself squared up to make that save as well.
Yeah, that initial shot by Pasternak kind of knuckled Face off in the near circle to our left. Zaka wins that draw. Geeky to McAvoy, back to Geeky along the half wall near side. He works it back toward the blue line, gives across to the far side. Off of Karam McAvoy, couldn't get it through to Borak. Second effort, gets it to Zaka along the right wing circle. Zaka coming down along the goal line. Hands to Pasternak coming out from behind the net, who backhanded one right through the crease. Geeky, center blue line to McAvoy. Back to Geeky near side. Minute 27 to go in the power play. Geeky down low. Elias Lindholm got it back out in front. Pasternak coming down that far circle, but Dvorak disrupted. Geeky misfired as he tried to one-time that puck. It's fluttering on him. He's got it out near the blue line again. Gives to Pasternak coming out of the right corner to the top of the face-off circle. Fake the shot. Got it back to Geeky at the dot. Throws it in front. And ricocheted into the far corner.
Sanheim got a piece of Pasternak's stick on the give and go.
McAvoy nearly lost it out of the zone. Crowd thought it was offside. Pasternak left wing circle.
It's close.
Turns it along the goal line. Gives it for Geeky. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Pasternak trying to drag it out in front. Puck squirted free. And it'll come out of the zone as McAvoy gets to it ahead of Couturier coming back into the Bruins zone. Geeky skates it up toward the red line, winding his way toward the far side, rims it around the near side. Ristolainen, a little misplay along the near boards. Pasternak got bumped off of it, and the puck is cleared. Middlestat will come back just ahead of Hathaway. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Hampus Lindholm's pass finds Arvidsson. Back to Hampus, coming down the middle, and Vladar makes another big stop.
Give and go, entering the zone that time.
Here's Middlestat out of the blue line to keep in. Over to Hampus for a drive. Save made. Pasternak with a rebound along the near circle. Sends it back to Middlestat. Middlestat to Hampus for a drive, and stick save by Vladar. Power play about to come to an end. Middlestat from the high slot throws one just wide of the net. Along the near side boards, it'll tip out of the zone. Hathaway up the right side will just play it deep, and it goes out of play actually in the near corner, caught the netting. So the Bruins with some opportunities, but Vladar closes the door, and Boston now 0 for 3 on the power play.
He's getting a standing ovation right now from this Philadelphia Flyer crowd, especially the ones down in this zone where he is. It's a couple of taps on the pads from some of his teammates. Been outstanding.
Bruins have outshot Philly 13-3 so far here in this second period, but Vladar has kept this game scoreless. Face-off just outside the Boston blue line. Janot along the near boards, able to win a battle and play it forward, but it'll go wide of the net, and that'll be an icing here against Boston.
I thought that got deflected down, and that's what Janot's complaining about right now, but it will be an icing.
Face-off coming up back inside Bruins territory. 2:06 left here in the period. Face-off will be to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Kastelik and Zegras in that far circle. Kastelik pulls it into the corner. Zadorov gets hit and knocked down in that far corner by Konechny.
No, he had to get the puck first, and he was trying to wrap it around. It was a set play, but you know you're going to get finished there. He finished Konechny hard a couple of shifts ago.
Did get the puck out of the zone. Yoki Haru now in the near corner. Zadorov, pass up the middle, gets taken away at the blue line by Sealer, but his effort gets blocked and goes high up into the air and bouncing back down toward the Philly end. Minute 40 to go in the period. Konechny gets a pass on to Zegras. Couldn't get around Zadorov in the near circle. Andre out of the right point, over to the far side, and thrown back in front. Near circle, free puck, Janot. And now Zadorov. Pass up the near side, and Minton helps that into the Philadelphia zone, and Konechny.
He tried to take a run at Zadorov. Zadorov he saw him coming that time.
There's a shot thrown to the net by Husnadina. Minton back across for him, but he hit him in the skate with that pass. Far circle, down low. Asimon got it in front. Vladar pouncing on top of that puck at the top of his crease before anything would come of it, and we get some shoving battles breaking out all over the place.
Konechny wasn't too happy about getting knocked down on that last one. He took a pretty good whack at Husnadinov after the whistle. He's cross-checking or hacking anybody he can right now. I like the way he plays, though. He leads their team in scoring.
5'10", 192 pounds, and he's taken on Zadorov a couple of times today.
Sure, he was a little disappointed that he didn't get named to the Canadian Olympic team. He was on the Four Nations team last year. Plays hard every shift.
Comes into this game with 22 goals and 55 points in 57 games this season.
Yeah, Zegras is second on the team in scoring, but Konechny leads him.
in the first year of an 8-year deal here in Philadelphia at $8.75 million.
Zegras.
See? No, the connecting deal.
There were some rumors he would get traded last year, but I mean, there was some interest. There's always going to be interest in him.
Here is Brink coming through the neutral ice and in across the line. Tipped off toward the near corner. Brink will send it around behind the net. It'll come toward the near side for Drysdale. 50 seconds to go in the period. On the near wall, Brink pushed it back down toward the corner. McAvoy has Couturier held against the glass. Brink able to pull the puck free. Can't get it through Aspero. Rides him off into the corner. Puck got through Pasternak. Can't get out of the zone. Spun back in deep here. And it's Brink behind the net once again. Taking it around toward that far side. They work it back to the point. Here's Drysdale. Out at the blue line. Throws one in front. Tipped on into the far corner off of Brink. Pasternak's got it. 20 seconds to go in the period. Plays it out through neutral ice. Geeky chasing Drysdale toward the near wall. Drysdale gets it up ice here for Couturier. Puck that's directed toward the side of Swayman's net. Plays it away from there. Couturier couldn't handle one between the circles. Here's Drysdale. 6 to go in the period. Left circle shot blocked by Elias Lindholm. Puck out in front. Scramble for it. And the Bruins will survive that. As I think that was Mishkov would have had an opportunity there if he could have found the handle on it. So an eventful 40 minutes so far here in Philadelphia, but no goals to show for it. Bruins and Flyers are scoreless at the end of 40 minutes. And we'll return for a recap of the first 40 coming up next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire. Michelin's innovative technologies are designed for durability and performance over any of the toughest road conditions, so you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires. And Town Fair's been a name you can trust since 1967. Now with over 120 locations and still growing, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey everyone, Adnan and Verk here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch the movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit. The cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Hey, it's Patrice Bergeron to talk about Bank's free checking account. It's something Boston hockey fans will love because it scores big benefits. First, get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Second, enjoy free ATMs nationwide through the Sun and Allpoint networks. That's over 56,000 ATMs coast to coast. And third, never worry about minimum balances or monthly fees. Now that's a hat trick. Score your account in branch or online in just 5 minutes. It's easier than an empty net goal. Get details now at VidiaBank.com/Team Bergeron. VidiaBank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Ready to take your career further? Join Northeastern University's DeMoore McKim School of Business for a week-long series of virtual info sessions to help you find the graduate program that truly moves you forward. Not all master's degrees prepare you for what's next, but at Northeastern, you'll gain real experience, tackle real business challenges, and get the career support that leads to real results. Business Bootcamp runs April 13th through 17th. Choose your sessions at northeastern.edu/businessbootcamp.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5, the Sports Hub. Media Group Station.
Janot backhands it out of the zone. Brink couldn't handle it. Corrali's in behind him on the breakaway. Moving in and takes the shot. Vladar made the save. And then Corrali goes crashing into the net and dislodges it. Actually tipped it over onto its backside with a little help from the Flyer defender. A number of chances in that second period. No score here in Philadelphia between the Bruins and Flyers through 40 minutes. Back here alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. There are sometimes scoreless games that you could sleep through. This is not one of them. It's been an eventful 40 minutes in this game, despite the fact there are no goals on the board right now.
Yeah, I think, both teams playing hard. The Flyers' power play has been a big difference maker here in this game, with the help of Dan Vladar and net, obviously, but he's part of it. They took a couple penalties that second period and late in the first, and Bruins unable to take advantage. They did have a couple looks. Geeky's had the best chances in this period. I know Corrali had a break in there. Hampus Lindholm had a couple shots towards the end of that last power play, but I think Geeky, the one that he really wants back is the one that went wide to the short side. Pastrnak makes a great play coming from the right wing. He freezes Vladar. He self-shot and gets Vladar to come out and square up to him, and then zips that puck right into the left wing circle there for Geeky, and Geeky kind of, I don't know if he healed it or just misfired, but missed a short side when he had a wide open net. But since then, Vladar's made 3 great saves on Geeky when he's had the chance to. So quality of chances for the Bruins, outstanding. They only allow 3 shots against the Flyers in that period, but one that they didn't get credit for when that puck was all over the crease area. I don't think they got credit for a shot on goal, but the save that Swayman made on Dvorak was unbelievable with the glove hand coming across. So both goaltenders have been tested. Vladar more so than Swayman, but both goaltenders have been excellent here today.
Yeah, shots on goal in that second period were 16-3 in favor of the Bruins in that 20 minutes.
3 power plays.
Sure.
2.5 anyhow.
Yeah.
Almost 3.
Almost 3 full power plays in that period, yeah. But you find yourself in a tie game going to the third period. And, now, again, we talked about it earlier. Philadelphia, if they're going to make any sort of a push to try and make the playoffs here, really needs 2 points today. Bruins are trying to keep their point streak going and make it 9 in a row and beat Philadelphia for the second time this year.
Yeah, you wonder about the mentality. You come out for the third period, scoreless tie, points are at a premium. But I think if you're Bruins, you build on what you did in that second period in terms of creating chances for yourself. And now you come out with that push, especially early on in the period. I think the longer the period goes on, the more you start to, it creeps into your mind. I don't think coaches coach any differently in a tie game, third period, because you're thinking about points. But I think as a player, you're aware of it. You're aware of it. You're making sure, coach might reinforce certain phrases, everything in front of you, playing above the puck, no hope plays, be strong at the blue lines, that type of thing. Things that they would say anyhow, but they might get a little bit more vocal about it, late in the game when if it's still scoreless and you're in a tie game, because you know how important the points are. But the Bruins have certainly done enough here to have a lead, but Vladar's been the difference. And I'm not taking anything away from Swayman because he's been outstanding, but he just hasn't had the volume of chances that Vladar has.
So as a player, you're playing against a goaltender who, is making big save after big save in this game through 40 minutes. Do you take the solace in, hey, we're continuing to generate scoring chances? Do you start to get, some level of frustration that you haven't been able to crack him quite yet?
Well, I think Geeky might be a little frustrated. I don't think anybody else really is at this point in time, but they moved the puck pretty well. The pass that Pastrnak made to Geeky, that's probably the most frustrating one for him because he had a lot of net to shoot at on that. You've got a goaltender that's locked in, so freeze him by faking the shot, as Pastrnak did, and then you're moving the puck side to side. And, as long as you execute it properly, you're going to have yourself one there. But, what he's seeing, he's stopping right now. And his lateral movement on the backdoor Geeky pass, where he got it with his left pad, outstanding save there. I don't know if frustration is the right word, Ryan, but it's, make them work a little bit to see some of those shots, some of the ones coming in from the point. Anyhow, get to a couple of those rebounds. Geeky got to one of the rebounds, and Vladar made a great save. But those are the types of things you just make it a little bit more difficult for Vladar if you can.
Yeah, Geeky with 5 shots on 8 attempts.
5, and I was going to say one big miss.
Yeah, the one of 2 that he's missed the net on was that one that could have given the Bruins the lead in that second period on the power play. But it is a scoreless game at the end of 2 here in Philadelphia. Let's get our music of the game brought to you by Live Nation. Returns to Xfinity Center on Friday, September 18th with special guests Seethers, Hoobastank, and Hinder. Get tickets now at livenation.com. We'll check the other action from around the league when we return here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Boston, get in the game with BSSC, the Boston area's leader in adult rec sports leagues. From soccer to softball, hoops to football, BSSC has it all. Sign up early and save $100 off your team registration. This year, play with Boston's best. Register your team now at bssc.com.
Addiction doesn't discriminate. If you or a loved one is struggling with an addiction, the New England Recovery Center offers inpatient detox and clinical stabilization services, as well as individualized treatment planning, family support services, and continuing care. Recovery is possible. Visit newenglandrecoverycenter.org or call 877-MY-REHAB. All major insurance plans accepted. Take the first step on the path to recovery and reclaim your life at New England Recovery Center.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Discover a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026.
When your heat or hot water goes out, waiting isn't an option. Super Service today is overstocked with water heaters, furnaces, boilers, and heat pumps, ready for same-day replacement, day or night, and always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com.
Learn to lead with impact at Babson College, ranked the #1 graduate school in entrepreneurship for 32 years by U.S. News and World Report. Join their virtual open house March 18th and receive an application fee waiver up to $100. Register at babson.edu/grad open house.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
Second intermission here in Philadelphia. Bruins and Flyers are scoreless. As we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, there's a final from earlier today up at Madison Square Garden. Rangers rallied from a 2-0 deficit to beat Pittsburgh this afternoon 3-2. Mika Zibanejad and Taylor Radish, the goal scorers for New York in that one, as they get a rare victory on home ice this season. Other action around the league, they are in the first period, making the first intermission out in San Jose, and the Sharks have built themselves a 3-1 lead over the Edmonton Oilers. Power play goal by Michael Misa as part of that. Leon Draisaitl's got a power play goal for Edmonton as their lone tally so far. The New Jersey Devils, St. Louis Blues just about to drop the puck this afternoon in St. Louis. All the other action is later tonight. New York Islanders on the road to take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Some playoff implications there. Islanders in third place. Columbus, one of the teams are trying to track them down in the Metro Division for a playoff spot. Colorado Avalanche will host the Chicago Blackhawks tonight at 6 o'clock as well. 7 o'clock face-off in Toronto. Maple Leafs trying desperately to turn things around. They're going to host the Ottawa Senators tonight. Toronto losing their first 2 games to Florida and Tampa coming out of the Olympic break. Montreal Canadiens are at home tonight over the Washington to take on the Washington Capitals. Montreal has fallen into the first wild card spot thanks to a Buffalo win last night. Speaking of the Sabres, they are at Tampa Bay for the back half of their back-to-back tonight. That's 7 o'clock face-off. The Detroit Red Wings will visit Carolina starting at 7 o'clock tonight. 7 Eastern time start, late afternoon in L.A., as the Kings will take on the Calgary Flames. Be an 8 o'clock start in Dallas with the Stars matching up against the Nashville Predators. And at 10 o'clock Eastern time, the Vancouver Canucks visit the Seattle Kraken. 2 periods complete here in Philadelphia, and it's the Bruins and the Flyers still scoreless. We will have the third period when we come back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network. 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. We're proud to continue our partnership with 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Hometown Heroes program, honoring the everyday heroes who work tirelessly to make our community stronger and healthier. From first responders to community leaders, these individuals deserve our recognition and gratitude. Now we want to hear from you. Head to 985thesportshub.com/heroes and nominate a hometown hero today.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire. Michelin's innovative technologies are designed for durability and performance over any of the toughest road conditions, so you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires. And Town Fair's been a name you can trust since 1967. Now with over 120 locations and still growing, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
They drop the puck. Bruins win it. Horn sounds. 2 Titans entered, and the Boston Bruins will leave with 2 points. The Bruins with another convincing win. 4-1 over the Tampa Bay Lightning. They end the month of February 11-0-2 and snap the Lightning's franchise record 10-game winning streak.
This date in Bruins history taking us back to 2019. Bruins defeating the Tampa Bay Lightning in a game that featured 2 teams riding 14-game point streaks each for the first time in NHL history. Bruins had come in 10-0-4. The Tampa Bay Lightning 12-0-2 prior to that loss. And the Bruins, as you just heard our old friend Judd Surratt say, finished the month of February with an 11-0-2 record. It was their first month without a regulation loss in 8 years. No score here between the Bruins and Flyers as we go to the third period. If the Bruins could get at least a point today, they would finish out Not quite the same thing, but it would be a 4-game month of February without a regulation loss. We get a face-off coming up at center ice. Boston will go from left to right here in the third period. Out shooting Philadelphia 22-10 through 2, including a 16-3 edge in that second period. Drysdale going to whip it around behind Jeremy Swayman to get it started. Around the near side, McAvoy peeled it off the wall. Zaka will play it across ice, and Aspero off the carom. Sends up the left wing side. Tapped ahead by Middlestat. Zaka chasing into the near corner. York will play it away from him. Round to that far side, and Noah Cates. Back over to York at the near side circle. Starting out of his own zone comes Konechny. Couldn't get it through Husnudinov in the neutral ice. Aspero will send it forward. And the Bruins will get some changes on here 40 seconds into the period. Dvorak deflected into the Bruins zone right onto the stick of Mason Laurent. Hampus Lindholm, rink wide pass, finds Husnudinov up the right side against Sanheim. Slams on the brakes, plays it back across the ice. Here's Lindholm down the left wing circle, coming in behind the net, trying to get it out in front. Konechny at it for a moment, but Middlestat able to get in there on it as well, on the near side. It's Lindholm with a drive, score! No, waving it off. The referee in the near corner.
They say Simon interfered with Vladar. He had the good screen going in front of the net. The referees are going to confer and talk about all this, but he gets to the front. And the puck gets moved back to the point. Asimon's going to rotate to the front of the net. He's being kind of pushed in a little bit.
There was goaltender interference prior to the goal. We have no goal.
There's a bump there. He gets pushed by Sanheim. There's a bump. Does Vladar get set? I think he's set.
Certainly looks like it from the overhead shot.
Boy, if they allowed the goal I saw in a highlight last night, they should allow this one. The Bruins, we're going to have to challenge it, though.
And it does not look like they will challenge here, so that goal will be wiped off the board.
Wow.
And we remain scoreless a minute 5 into this third period.
To me, he's reset. There's a slight bump there, but does he have time to reset? Eamon gets wedged in there by Sanheim.
They're clear of him by the time that puck is on the way.
It's such a crapshoot for the coaches right now, whether to challenge on these or not.
So that goal disallowed, and we are still scoreless early here in the third. Hampus Lindholm will send it in toward Vladar.
Can they challenge on that? On the no goal?
On the no goal? I mean, we generally see it go the other way, right? Where the defensive coach would challenge that. I believe they're allowed to challenge. But it would be, as you said, it's a crapshoot.
It really is.
You're putting a potential power play for the opposition if you get it wrong.
And there's certainly a bump there. But he got pushed in by Sanheim as well. It's not like he ran in on his own.
Yeah, Sanheim kind of,
wedged him
used his hip and forced him in there. Pasternak's pass out into neutral ice, picked off here by Ristolainen. Directed back toward the Bruins zone, and Zadorov turns with it along the far circle. 2 minutes into this third period. Here's Jokiharju coming toward the red line, and he dumps in. Vladar had a tip off his stick behind the net, with Ristolainen there. Back around near side. It'll be carried forward by Grundstrom. And a dump in. Lorai the far circle. Plays it back behind the net. Grundstrom got it in there and stole it, but regained here quickly by Boston. Jokiharju to Lorai. Skates it across the red line and across the blue, and we get a whistle and an offside here against the Bruins.
That's a tough one. They usually get... Bob Asenza's the goaltending coach, and he's got the earpiece in. He's up on the same level as we are up here, but he'll radio down to the bench to tell him whether he thinks that, something that warrants a challenge or not on the goalie interference call.
Right.
The offsides are done mostly by the
video coaches.
Video coaches.
Face-off win by Hathaway. I mean, we say it all the time, with those goalie interference calls, and you said it's like you can take a poll in a room full of general managers, and you'll get about a 50-50 split about what is and is not interference.
Well, that's a high stick. Tarasov was the goaltender last night in Florida, and his exact quote was, "I don't know what they're smoking back there." In the Situation Room. Clearly his glove got interfered with on a goal where you could see the puck coming in. And his feet were in the crease.
Right.
And he's reaching out to make the save, and his glove got interfered with by a stick. And they allowed the goal to stand.
As you said, I mean, in this particular case, Vladar gets a mild bump, but then he stands back up straight and has a chance to make the play on that puck and couldn't. Flyers get it back into the Bruins zone here, but a pass misses Drysdale. He'll come back out through center ice. Aspero up the left side. Middlestat. Flyers regain in their own zone. York. They'll give over to Drysdale. Back to York near side. Mishkov goes down, and he and Arvidsson came together. Mishkov was slow in getting up, trying to draw a call.
He's trying to draw a call. He's yelling at the referee right now.
McAvoy. They'll skate it up toward the red line. Dumps in all the way around the far side. Zegras lost it to Middlestat, but in turn lost it back to Drysdale. 3.5 minutes gone here in the period. Dvorak from just inside his own blue line. Skates it up the near left wing and sends it deep. Hit a stanchion, kick back out in front of Swayman, and they score! Dvorak was able to get that puck to Konechny coming down in front. And Philadelphia grabs a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, what a play here by Dvorak to get this puck to Konechny. It's going to take something fluky like this, right? By the way, both goaltenders were playing. Swayman does the right thing in staying in his net on the dump in that's around the glass. It comes back in front, but it's Dvorak who does it. He dumped the puck in on the left wing side, and the Bruins anticipated that puck going all the way around the boards. So Dvorak's able to get to it first, and he's able to make this good little quick backhand pass to Konechny in front. So Swayman tried to play it with his stick, but that puck is bouncing all over the place. He had to reach for it. It bounces over his stick, and Dvorak gets to it first.
23rd of the season for Travis Konechny. And Philadelphia, early here in the third period, has the first lead for either side in this game. See how Boston answers. In the neutral zone, Sealer able to keep away from Asamon. Here's Tippett stepping in left circle. Goes around behind the net. Angles it back off the near boards for Sealer at drive, and that's sticked off to the far corner. Tippett brings it along the hash marks. Try to play it back down low. Cut off by Zadorov. Out to the blue line, but not out. Andre able to fight through some traffic. Tippett right circle. Shot broke off of Swayman and just wide of the far post. Tippett gets it from Grabenkin as he brings it toward the near circle. Minton and Husnadinov help to disrupt that play, and back down into the Philadelphia zone it goes as both teams will change. 15:25 to go here in the third. 1-0 Flyers. Dump in from the red line by Andre. Lindholm, near side. McAvoy got it to Pasternak. He's got Elias Lindholm coming through center ice. Tosses one in toward Vladar, who will hang on to it. And a face-off coming up inside Philadelphia territory.
Fans, WellPoint is proud to honor our hometown heroes again this season and recognize the incredible people making a difference in their communities. Know someone who deserves to be honored? Nominate them today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
15:09 to go here in the third period. And Boston down a goal. Here's circle. Elias Lindholm won the face-off, but it'll squirt out of the zone in between McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm. Rimmed right back around deep. Pasternak forced it back into the near corner. Ristolainen will try it around the far side. Konechny under pressure, turns it over to Geekie. Lindholm on the far circle, got it in front. Pasternak didn't get it in time to get a shot off in tight. It'll be Zegras out of the near corner. Set it up the wall for Dvorak, played forward. Hampus Lindholm skates back onto it in the Bruins zone. McAvoy to Pasternak, back to McAvoy coming through center ice. On the left side, here's Elias Lindholm. Swirls with it, gives to Geekie. Right back to Lindholm, and again to Geekie along the half wall far side. Picked off in the corner by Cates. Played up the boards, but Elias Lindholm squeezing his body up against the wall to keep in. Now it's sent out. Both teams getting some changes on here. 14-10 to go in the third. Lorod skating it toward the red line. Left side, pass to no. Got Kastelik coming down the far circle. Backhander at the outside of Vladar's net. And the Flyers head back the other way. Mishkov with a long pass to Brink across the ice. Aspero knocks the puck away from him. Cates will spin it back behind the net. Mishkov into the far corner, but Kastelik beats him there. And Aspero plays the puck in front here for Jeannot. Lorei will carry it forward. Left side pass, here's Kastelik. Trying to get around Drysdale. Shovels one off the outside of the net. And stay with it behind the net. It'll come near side. Mishkov off balance against Corrali. At the blue line, Jokiharju kept it in just barely, but now the Flyers have it. And Mishkov's out to the red line, and he will send in and go for a change. Jokiharju from the near circle to Bruins zone. Boston moving left to right here in the third period. Middlestat overshot Arvidsson. Laurier in the near corner for Philadelphia. Now Grundstrom knocked away from him. Middlestat's got it briefly along the near boards, but now he and Grundstrom get tangled. Zaka backhanded one toward the slot, kept away from Arvidsson. Zaka's got it back from Middlestat. Turns with it, get it to Middlestat in between the circles, and Andre blocked his shot attempt. Zadorov on the far board. Andre gets in front of that shot near the far circle. Middlestat and Andre along the end wall. Arvidsson in there as well. He went down. Centering pass for Zaka broken up. Arvidsson out of the left corner. Back to Zadorov. Over to Jokiharju. His pass gets knocked away by Delorier, who then knocks down Jokiharju, and the Flyers get the clear. Bruins get it right back in. Middlestat. Pass on to Arvidsson. Arvidsson down
just had his stick dropped in two.
Looking at the referee. Keeps his arms down. Tippett lays out toward the red line for Couturier. Tossed into the Bruins zone. Pasternak will give to Elias Lindholm. Right back to Pasta coming up the left side with some space. To the left circle. Trying to get around Ristolainen and backhander. Stopped by Vladar. Pasta's got it again near circle. Back to Hampus Lindholm. On toward McAvoy near side. His effort gets blocked into the corner. Sanheim behind the net. Squeezed by Pasternak. Hampus Lindholm keeps it alive at the hash marks far side. Brings it all the way down in behind. Trying to center for Pasternak. Knocked away, but McAvoy's there. Near side corner. He and Tippett get tangled up. 11.5 to go here in the third. Bruins down a goal. And Grabenkin moves the Flyers forward one-on-one against Geekie. Gets a shot into towards Swayman. And the Bruins will head right back the other direction. McAvoy to Asamont, just inside the Flyer blue line. Puck gets volleyed back out towards center ice. Zegras will give over here to Konecny. Thrown back in front. Looking for a redirect from Zegras. York. Blocked off by Minton. That one going to sail all the way up over the end glass and out of play. Just about 9 minutes gone by here in the third period, and Philadelphia's taken the lead. 1-0 is our score here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on. The crew's here, and the snack spread from Big Y, oh, it's a thing of beauty. Wings that sauce the competition, platters that get major play, and tossed pizzas for the whole team, and that impressive 30-inch super sub. Shout out to the experts at Big Y for the assist. Are they cheering for the game or for your snacks? My question exactly, sports fans. Big Y. Nicely done.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hey, it's Maz for Window Nation. If your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should, well, you might be surprised to learn it's because the insulation in your windows stinks. When that happens, your heat leaks out, the cold gets in. Pretty simple formula. So talk to the pros at Window Nation. Get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Act now, you'll also get an extra 10% off. So schedule a quote now at windownation.com.
Skip the fees and trust
Trust the locals. Ace Ticket is your hometown source for Celtics, Red Sox, Bruins, and concerts. The best seats at the lowest prices. Go to aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS.
1-800-MY-SEATS. Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Fans all season long, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates $100 for every Bruins assist to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Bruins shut out so far, down 1-0, 11:04 to go here in the third period. Travis Konechny's 23rd of the year from Christian Dvorak and Jamie Drysdale at 3:41 of the third is the only tally for either side so far.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure from the Bruins the last couple of shifts, but not a whole lot to the net. A couple blocks by the Flyers, converging around the front of their net. But that sense of urgency ramped up a little bit here with the 1-0 lead for Philly.
Face off in the defensive zone for Kastelik against Grundstrom. And pushed out of the zone here by Corrali, dumped right back in. Swayman stops it, backhands into the near corner for Mason Laura. Pass off the stick of Corrali out near the blue line. Kastelik's got Janot at center ice. Now tangled along the near boards and pushed back into the Boston end by Grundstrom. Fires one wide of Swayman on the glove side. Ricochets out to Andre out of the blue line. He played back down into the corner. Grundstrom comes out of there with it. Back to Andre again at the right point. On to Sealer near side. Throws it in front. Kastelik and Delorier were tangled there as the puck gets blocked in front. Cleared out. Here's Corrali to the red line and now turns it back toward the Boston zone. Both teams will get some changes on. 10:18 to go here in the third. Aspero. Pass gets directed toward the Philadelphia line. Settled quickly by Ristolainen. Right ahead it comes to Cates. Mishkov will play it down the right side, and in behind the net comes Brink. Wrestled down by Hampus Lindholm toward the near side wall. And it's Arvidsson to carry out. Arvidsson coming through neutral ice. McAvoy jumps up, drops it back. Arvidsson left wing circle, coming right down in front. And that puck gets all the way through to the near circle before it's grabbed and lifted into the air by Mishkov, but can't get out of the zone. Back in behind it comes toward the near corner. Arvidsson able to get a stick in on it, but now cleared Mishkov. Hampus Lindholm tried a quick up, but missed McAvoy and Middlestat with it, and it turns into a Boston icing instead.
That was a promising rush. It started 3-on-2. Philly was able to get themselves back into the play, but Zaka ended up being the fourth guy coming onto the rush. And he was open, coming through the high slot. Arvidsson had the puck on the off wing. I don't think he saw him in time. Ended up trying to float that puck in front for McAvoy.
Off of the icing, face-off will be to Jeremy Swayman's right. 9:29 to go here in regulation. Elias Lindholm and Sean Couturier on the face-off. Couturier gets a warning on second try. He wins the draw. Sanheim to Couturier, back to Sanheim at the left point for Philadelphia. Right back down low. Hampus Lindholm able to keep it away from Tippett. Going around the far corner. Hampus will play it up that left side. Middlestat sends it forward, but cut off by Sanheim at the Boston attacking blue line. Now Zadorov back inside the Bruins zone. Go behind the net. Passes to the right side for Jokiharju. Blue line to blue line pass for Elias Lindholm. They can't get it through Sanheim. Zadorov on the far side will dump it in. Ladar comes out of the net. Slowed it up, couldn't stop it. Ristolainen sent it toward the near side. Elias Lindholm got in the way of that. Now Pasternak able to get in front of Ristolainen. It'll come back around near side. Konechny couldn't get it through a pinching Jokiharju. Jokiharju at the hash marks. Get it back to Elias Lindholm. Right back to Jokiharju. Fires it toward Geekie off the end wall and around the far side. And Dvorak there for Philly, and he'll lob it out. Konechny able to win it from Zadorov at center ice. Drop pass for Zegras. Now Konechny trying to get it in front. Blocked by Zadorov. Around the far side, and Drysdale will come deep with it. From behind Swayman's net. Off a skate came to Konechny. Back over to that far side. Right back to Konechny on the left wing circle. High slot Drysdale. Steps in between the circles, shoots and scores. Drysdale had all day with that puck. And he makes it 2-0 Philadelphia.
Yeah, Pasternak and Minton get their signals crossed on the coverage defensively, and that's going to allow Drysdale to be wide open coming down. I mean, he's coming down right down the middle of the ice to get this shot away. Two guys going one. And it just leaves Drysdale wide open.
The defenseman Jamie Drysdale with a 2-point night, his 6th goal of the season. And the Bruins down 2 with 8:05 to go. Face-off win by Minton here at center ice as Aspero will send it around behind Vladar. Near side wall, Asamont took a tumble, able to stay with it. But now it's Mishkov. Moves the Flyers out. Brink coming through center. Lost possession. Minton takes a hit along the near wall. Puck dragged back into the Bruins zone by Brink. Knocked off balance by Lorai. Picked up by Cates. Centering pass ricocheted off of Minton to Husnadinov. And he'll back it up toward the near corner for Lorai. Brink lost his stick in pursuit of that puck. Aspero throws a long pass across the ice for Asamont, who tips it deep into Philadelphia territory. 7:20 to play here in the third, and the Bruins need 2. Andre, dump in by Cam York. All the way around the near boards, and McAvoy will take it back toward that far side. Pass up through neutral ice. Kastelik whipped it on to Corrali, kicked it onto the far circle, throws it toward the front of the net, and Vladar going to cover it there. With that, we will take a timeout. 7:01 to go here in regulation. Flyers have built themselves a 2-0 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign. Donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
7:01 left here in the third period. Bruins down 2-0 here to the Flyers. Boston looking for tonight's electric play, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to gcenighttrain.com to order.
Yeah, it was more than Pasternak and Minton. It was. They had a tough time sorting that one out, defensive zone. The Bruins did, and that's what left Drysdale so wide open.
Off the face-off, here's a chance in front, score! Hampus Lindholm got it across, and Charlie McAvoy coming down the right circle gets the Bruins on the board.
Well, we've seen them use this play before, but it's usually with, Lindholm going deep in the zone and then looking backdoor for McAvoy. If you're a forward for the other team, you're not expecting McAvoy to go to the net right off the face-off, and that's exactly what happens. Grabenkin he's the man that's covering him. He's going out, but he doesn't watch McAvoy. Just lets him go right by him. You're not expecting McAvoy to attack the net. And he takes his eyes off him, doesn't see him go right by him, and McAvoy backdoor is going to get just enough of it on the pass, the shot pass there from Hampus Lindholm. Starts with a face-off win.
That's the 5th goal of the season for Charlie McAvoy. Points now in 9 straight for him. As he dumps one in high and wide of Ladar off the end wall. Bruins will keep possession here on the far side. Trying to get it in front was Middlestat, but instead Philadelphia will push back the other way. Brink chipping and chasing down the left wing boards. McAvoy in the corner. Plays it away from him around to the far side. Middlestat rink wide pass. Nice play by Zaka to kick it onto his stick. On to the far side now to Arvidsson just inside the Philadelphia zone. Into the left wing corner. Zaka centered and it's cut off by Cates. He'll circle back behind his net with 6:20 to go here in the third. Bruins down now 2-1. Sanheim from his own blue line here for the Flyers. Ristolainen sent ahead by Dvorak. Lorai around to that far side. Geekie gives it to Lorai. Now back to Geekie with some steam coming through center. Onto the right side, Elias Lindholm. Couldn't get that puck to settle against Sanheim. Rims around far side. Pasternak chased it down off the wall. Throws it in front. Ristolainen chasing Geekie to that far side. Geekie turns, throws it in front. Off Elias Lindholm's stick into the near corner. It'll be taken by Zegras now, and he'll bring Philadelphia forward. Floated into the Boston zone. Right down the middle comes Konechny. The save by Swayman to keep this a one-goal game. Konechny, who scored the first one of this game in the third period, nearly put Philadelphia back in front by 2. But with 5:34 to go, it's the Flyers 2 and the Bruins 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
It's hockey season, the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
This game was scoreless through 2. Philadelphia has a 2-1 lead with 5:34 to go here in the third period. Charlie McAvoy's 5th of the year from Hampus Lindholm and Pavel Zacha at 13:03, getting the Bruins back within 1 after 2 Flyer goals open the scoring. Here's a chance on the far side of the net against Swayman, and he's there to make that stop against that far post and cover it up.
Game changed when, the Bruins had what appeared to be a goal, which would have made the score 1-0. Bruins the first goal of the game. They called it goalie interference. Incidental contact by Mikey Eyssimont on Dan Vladar. So they waved that, bring it off the board, and then that crazy bounce on the dump-in that leads to the Flyers' first goal.
Yeah, puck hit a stanchion in the corner where Zamboni entrance is and ended up on the stick of Dvorak. Fed Konechny for that goal. Face off to the left of Swayman. Won by Fraser Minton. Eyssimont from the near circle. Angled off the boards ahead for Husnudinov. He'll play it deep. Andre looking over his shoulder. Takes a hit from Minton that moves it around the Flyer net. Cross ice pass. Chasing it toward the near side was Sealer. Now it's Tippett getting deep into Boston territory. Kicking the puck back onto his backhand. Gives it on into the far corner. Couturier Turns it back down low, trying to feed Mishkov. That's cut off by Jokiharju. Out of the near corner comes Husnudinov. He has Asamont, now Minton in the neutral ice. But standing along the near wall, couldn't get it through Sanheim. Back deep it comes behind Jeremy Swayman. Charlie McAvoy, 4:40 to go here in the third. Skates out in front of his goaltender. Passes off to the right side here for Arvidsson. From the red line, tried to send it forward. Cut off by Cates of the Philly blue line. Cates moving it back toward the Boston zone. Brink will one off the end wall, and Hampus Lindholm in the near corner giving chase. It'll come back down low. Mishkov shadowed by McAvoy toward the far side corner. Back to Drysdale for a drive, and that one knocked down. Cleared out by Hampus Lindholm, and Arvidsson will play one in. A short hopper in on Vladar, and with McAvoy right in his kitchen, he covers it up.
Yeah, it's alert play there by Vladar. A nice little dump in, right? Arvidsson got that puck to hop just in front of Vladar. He stayed in his net.
That earns the Bruins a face-off in the offensive zone with 4:11 to play. That goal by Charlie McAvoy now gives him 12 points in 9 straight games. 27 points in 28 games since he returned from the broken jaw.
Yeah, a lot of that was with the bubble, right?
Yeah. Just got to take that off during the Olympics. Here's a face-off. Comes back to Hampus Lindholm. Trying to find a lane around Connecting. Now throws it to the net, and Vladar is able to glove it.
Yeah,
hang on.
Connecting got in the shooting lane initially. Otherwise, Hampus Lindholm could have let that go right away, but stayed right in front of him, forced him over into the left wing circle, and then it was just a floater by Lindholm towards the net, looking for a tip.
Face-off will be in the far circle down to our right. 4:04 left. Pasternak going to set up shop here right at the top of the face-off circle as Elias Lindholm will stand in. Couturier in there for the Flyers. They drop it. Geekie gets in there quickly, but Philadelphia will come away with it. Dvorak sending an outlet pass into neutral ice. McAvoy's got it back inside the Bruins zone. Long pass ahead near side. Pasternak just inside the line looking for Lindholm, but steered away from him. McAvoy back inside his own blue line. Pass up the middle. Geekie to Pasternak, cutting in across the line. It's offside.
Geekie had several chances in that second period. They've been a little quieter here in the third. The pairing of Pasternak and Geekie. Pasternak sure, I'll probably have 3 helpers in this game on those passes to Geekie.
They face off just outside the Philadelphia line. We talked about it in the pregame show with Geekie riding a 9-game point scoring streak, including 8 goals in his last 9. Face off, sits down right at the Philadelphia blue line, and York just golfs it ahead. Morai over to Aspero at the left side, and they'll get it deep, wide of Vladar, off the back of the net. Around the near side wall and tipped out of the zone by Tippett. Aspero hacked at by Hathaway. Aspero just lunging to get that puck out of the zone. Drysdale back inside Philadelphia territory. Couturier, Hathaway, and now Tippett. Hathaway took a hit from Kastelik over by the Flyer bench. Morai circling back behind Swayman, brings it out to his own blue line. Cross ice, it'll come to Jokiharju. Dump in from the red line. We hit under 3 minutes to go here in the third. Bruins down a goal. Geekie circles around behind the net. Gave over to Pasternak on the far side boards. Pass back toward Geekie. Got tipped back down toward the corner, and Ristolainen is there. He'll clear it over the head of Hampus Lindholm, and a bouncing puck won't make it far enough for icing. Jokiharju gets it from, or rather Hampus gets it from Jokiharju and heads off. Hampus will bring up through neutral ice, in across the line. Shot gets blocked and sails up over the glass, out of play with 2:28 to go. Another face-off coming up in the offensive zone.
Yeah, no movement yet from Jeremy Swayman. Was waiting to see if that signal was going to come from the bench. Offensive zone face-off. We'll keep Swayman in the net for now.
Face-off will be to the left wing circle. Zaka, Arvidsson, and Middlestat up front with McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm. Couturier will take another face-off here for Philadelphia. Off the draw, Arvidsson getting into the circle, trying to get off a quick shot, but could not. He's tangled up with Dvorak. Now Arvidsson comes free with a puck, coming toward the slot. Backhander goes wide on the stick side. Back out into neutral ice. McAvoy near side to Middlestat. Right back into the attack zone. Here's Zaka on the left, or the right wing circle. Turns with it, gives to McAvoy. McAvoy trying to get it in front. That one was blocked. Back toward the near side. Konechny will get it up the wall, and they get it out, but that's going to go for an icing with 1:59 to go. Bring it back down to the Flyers' end.
Yeah. McAvoy was looking backdoor that time for Arvidsson, who was in that far circle. Now Swayman will come to the bench with just under 2 minutes to go.
So the sixth attacker for the Bruins here. It will be basically their top power play unit plus Victor Arvidsson. Elias Lindholm, Zaka, Pasternak, Geekie, McAvoy, and Arvidsson, the six-man unit. Off the face-off. Pasternak able to get it back to Geekie for a drive from the center of the blue line, but that forced wide of the net. Zaka from the near corner. Send it back in behind. Drysdale around the far side. Physical play on the far boards by Geekie to keep that alive. Pasternak with a shot. He had Arvidsson in front trying to redirect that. Instead, it's Dvorak to backhand it out of the zone. Pasternak near the red line. Turns back up ice. Lost the handle on it. Dvorak will, had it knocked out of the air by Zaka as Dvorak was thinking about the empty net. Now Geekie brings the Bruins back forward. Just inside the Flyer line. Gets caught up in traffic. And it'll be Ristolainen banking it off the near boards and out. Zaka got tangled with Konechny, goes down. We have a whistle and a hand pass is the indication with 1:17 to go.
I thought there might be a penalty there on Konechny. Ends up just being the hand pass. Couple turnovers by the Bruins, right? Pasternak turned the puck over the neutral zone, and then Geekie tried to beat a couple guys coming into the offensive zone. That wasn't happening.
Zaka able to knock down that effort at the empty net with a waist-high stick. Swayman will have to go back between the pipes here.
Call timeout.
With a face-off will be inside the Bruins zone, and they will, in fact, use the timeout, as you said. 77 seconds left here in regulation. Travis Konechny and Jamie Drysdale scoring for Philadelphia here in the third period to build what was a 2-0 lead. Charlie McAvoy answered back 1:08 after that Drysdale goal to get the Bruins on the board, but they need at least one more if they're going to get at least a point here today. So Swayman back in the crease. And the Bruins will have Elias Lindholm, Pasternak, Geekie, Zaka, and McAvoy out there for the defensive zone faceoff. Couturier will take this draw for the Flyers. It's the 25th faceoff he has taken so far today. For Lindholm, his 23rd. Bruins come away with the puck. Pasternak turns from his own blue line back toward his own zone. Swayman has gone to the bench with the Bruins in possession. Now McAvoy gives to Zaka as they break out. Arvidsson coming up the right wing side, brings it across the line, got tripped up against Couturier, but still able to angle the puck around behind the net. On the far boards, it's taken away in front of Pasternak. Couturier coming to center ice, shoots and scores into the empty net. Bruins were able to get it deep, but couldn't maintain possession. And the Flyers, with an empty netter, make it 3-1.
Yeah, hesitation. When to jump, when not to jump. And the Bruins slow on that reaction over on the far boards. Then the hesitation. With one pass beats two guys and leads to the 2-on-1.
Be the 6th goal of the season for Sean Couturier. Flyer captain with 52.8 to go. So in a game that was tied, scoreless after 2, Bruins look like they're going to come up empty on this day. Ristolainen will give it back in his own zone here to Sanheim. Under 40 seconds to play. Off the near boards, comes to Cates. Corrali stopped the dump-in effort. Back towards Sanheim and the Philadelphia Blue line. Cates near center ice. Got it to the Boston zone. Hampus Lindholm steers it right back out. Kastelik dumps it around behind Vladar. He will give it to Ristolainen. Around the far boards, cut off on the wall by Hampus Lindholm. Throws one at the net. Missed wide on the glove side with a tough angle. Lohrei played back down toward the corner. Final seconds ticking off. And the home crowd here in Philadelphia will celebrate a victory. As the Flyers outscore the Bruins 3-1 in the third period and win it by that final score. And the Bruins, for the first time in 9 games, will go without a point in the standings. Final score, Flyers 3, Bruins 1. Back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out, especially about getting paid.
Hey!
Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms, even the cyber kind.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
The game is on. The crew's here, and the snack spread from Big Y, oh, it's a thing of beauty. Wings that sauce the competition, platters that get major play, and tossed pizzas for the whole team, and that impressive 30-inch super sub. Shout out to the experts at Big Y for the assist. Are they cheering for the game or for your snacks? My question exactly, sports fans. Big Y, nicely done.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit GoBLUSky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. At WellPoint, we're proud to once again partner with 98.5 The Sports Hub with a Hometown Heroes program, shining a light on the individuals who selflessly serve and support our communities across Massachusetts. These everyday heroes deserve to be recognized for the impact they make, both big and small. Help us celebrate them by nominating a Hometown Hero today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR.